Hello, hello, hello. I figured since we got quite the volatility, I might as well hop on the stream already. So, how is everyone today in this tiring market? Hello, hello, hello. I think we can call it a tiring market, right? Good morning, no stand. Short, short, short. Yes, early and beautiful. Good morning, guys. So, first of all, everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we're gonna do some 1K scalping. Um, let's start with getting the leverage to, let's say, 50 to begin with. Here on MACD, we just dumped prior to New York Open. Pretty vicious dump. Um, we can have 3 tries. And with 3 tries, I mean, max I'm willing to risk is 3K, so we can have 3 times an entry. I will not give you, I'm gonna enter market here. You can see my profit or my loss. And let's see what happens. Current view is 60 already. Hello. What about your position yesterday, bro? I'm still holding that. I'm DCAing. But since we didn't have a lot of volatility and it's a boring position, it makes no sense for me to stream it today because not much is happening. Hit the likes and thumbs up. Yes, definitely. That's always very good commentary. I made my aggregated trade white and I whited out my charts as well for a better readability. Ooh, big opening fees, by the way, $36. But we will see. We will see. First trade, we're in a long on the bottom. Come on. All good then. Wishing you the best. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Molly. Luca. Ciao. Still holding the trade. Watch your port now. Port is at, I think, 36K still. It's fine. Not worth to worry too much. You use cross or isolated. Right now I'm using isolated 1K margin. Or it says cross, but there's only 1K in this in futures. So it shouldn't isolate cross. And if it passes that point, I will definitely get out of the trade as well. I think we could have 3 tries at trying to make something from 1K. And that's the goal of today. And then the winnings will be given away. Hey, wie geht's? Wie läuft der Trade? Es läuft nicht so viel. We had a lot of good volatility just right now without having too much happening, to be honest. So I'm pretty curious to see what's gonna happen and where we're heading. Let's fucking go. Wishing good luck for winners. Yeah, me too. I hope. I'm a bit amazed by the opening fees of this position, to be honest. $36, especially on MACD, to get this position. That's hefty. How much did you lose on your position yesterday, and how much total capital do you have now? I didn't lose anything. You lose if you close. I think the trade is currently now at minus 3.5K, and the total port is still remaining at 34. So, nothing to really worry about, in my opinion. Hence, we're still running it, and if needed, I can still DCA. And do you use BTC USDC pair? No, I'm using USDT pair as of now. I believe that one has no fees. It's great for scalping. Yeah, but I don't know. Might also be my account or the tier status of the account that I'm currently using. Let's see if we can retrace this nice little dump, which in my opinion I think we should. It was quite the impulse move. Without having a real reason to dump this early before even opening of New York session. That's also why I hopped on 30 minutes earlier on stream. Yeah. Net BTC, ETH, Sol, and Sui, no fees. Okay, we can check that in a bit. Let's see if that's gonna make the difference. Because now, let's be honest, it's almost 10% portfolio that were up at $75. The fees are rather critical, especially at this point. How many BTC do you currently hold? Why is the interface different from yesterday? Yesterday I could directly see the number of holdings. Because we're scalping on max C now, and it's 1K only. If you read the description, if you read the Discord, you could see that we were actively gonna trade with 1K today and give away the potential winnings. So it's a bit of a different format today. My position now, I can try and added it in my... you can see the position size, by the way, pretty clearly on screen. It's 46,000, so I don't... yeah. So was weekend unswept lows, they might sweep it. The 87,554, I think it's already swept, man. Because we are hovering at 87,644 now. If you're referring to the weekend lows, I think we're pretty much there. As on the 4 hours, let's be honest, guys, we haven't done anything yet. We're still in the same damn range we have been in. With one hunt up, couple hunts down. It's so the same boring range. The only thing that is a consistent worry is the fact that Bitcoin has no ground to stand on. Can you set the aggregated volume to show you longs versus shorts? What? Think you're referring to Friday low? Yeah, might be. Already swept the weekend lows. Yes, 100% it did. Thing is, but Bitcoin is not finding its feet. Bitcoin is absolutely dumping time after time after time. And that is what worrying me. If you even look at, for example, here's a move that takes quite some time to build. And it's the same with every move upwards. They're taking this sweet time to build it, just to dump it down. Every move gets met with so much force in the other direction. Let's look at the 4 hour. Look, this is a big sell-off happening on the 4 hour, almost near constant. Constantly declining. Spot is constantly declining. Perps had a bit of a rally and tried to carry the team yesterday, but big failure in that department as well. So there are only 80 people as of yet today. Okay. So giveaways and doing stuff apparently. Okay. Apparently people don't want live scalping or the live trading, so it's up to them. Small increase now if we can flip this candle. If we can flip this 5-minute candle, we might be into something interesting. But as of now, it's... What's the invalidation of what? Listen, this trade, it had an exponential move down. And if I say exponential, I mean rather exponential. So to at least fill this, or at least get some sort of... Oh, that's nice, the label background. 0.5% candle prior to opening anything. Brother, why are you starting the challenge again with 1K? Didn't you already? Guys, listen. It's gonna be very important that people learn how to say this politely, to read. If you can't read, please leave the live stream immediately. Because I'm slowly getting to the point where I'm honestly thinking that a good percentage of people either doesn't care to read or can't read. In the Discord, it said very clearly today we're not having a lot of momentum and I'm still DCAing my trade. So I can sit here and stream for a couple hours watching paint dry, or we can high leverage scalp and see if we can make some money on 1K. It's up to you guys. If you want to sit here and watch paint dry. Did you DCA? Yes, I DCA. My average entry is now at 88, 8 or 87, 870. I can still DCA more whenever I feel like it or whenever I feel the need, and the position is now down 4K. My port is still well above 30K. So I'm waiting for New York Open, then we'll see, and if needed, I will stream that position as well. But for the entertainment value and for the current value, I think it would be more interesting to do a 1K challenge. But listen, it's up to you guys. If you want to sit here watching paint dry for the next 3 hours in that position, more than welcome. I'll switch screens. We can look at it. We can have an opinion about it. And that feels shocking, up 5% covers your fee. Yeah. There's not much happening. Let's make 1K challenge. Yeah, I'm on it. Average IQ is 100. That means half of you is all below that. The 1K challenge, where you DCA. Well, the thing is, if you look at my current margin, there's $995 margin, and it's called a 1K challenge. What's there to DCA? Listen, guys, it's already getting to the point where chat is showing the same behavior as Bitcoin, which is not good. I don't see your margin. I don't know how to get that on screen, man. Now you should be able to see it, I think. Listen, Bitcoin is not doing anything except shitting itself. I see 50K position. Yeah, now it should show the margin as well now on the bottom. But Bitcoin is shitting itself. The market is shitting itself. We've been continuously dumping from New York into Asia, into London, without seeing any real retraces. So it's a fresh challenge from 1K to what amount? Sorry, I'm a bit late. We're gonna scalp today with 1K, and if we make profit, we're gonna give away the profits. Just live trade on Discord? Yeah, I'm highly contemplating it at this point. Listen, if this position liquidates, that would even lighten up the mood even more. Because Bitcoin is shit. People are, yeah. Oh well. I guess we just wait. It's marvelous behavior again, without having any news or having whatever. Since yesterday, Bitcoin managed to dump another casual 4%. So I guess Bitcoin is perfectly on track from having an amazing Christmas yet again. It's a pretty insane market, to be honest, what we're currently in. It's continuously dumping. It's not seeing any bounces. It's not really seeing any retraces. But yeah, so guys, I'm gonna explain it one more time from the start. Today we're trading with a fresh account because Bitcoin is lacking any movement. So I deliberately chose to try and bring some entertainment volume and trade this account. It's a fresh 1K maxi account. I thought we would pay less fees in that. Any profit that will be made, and I put 3K in it. I'm not gonna trade with the 3,000, but 3K is in there, so we can have 3 tries to make some actual money. If it goes well, I'll give away the profits. It's a fresh account. Why did we do a fresh account? There's nothing wrong with the challenge account. It's well over 30K still. I can probably even show you guys L-Bank. It apparently it moved my unrealized profit window. I don't know if you guys can see. You can't see the portfolio either because of this setup. Let's check. Okay, this is easier. It's still over 33k, and I can still DCA in margin, and it's now at minus 15%, so less than a percentage from entry. Nothing going on with the account. I hope now all the questions have been answered in that regard. Did you announce winners from yesterday? Yes, I announced the winners in the Discord. I still have to do the math on what number on the comments it is. Have you taken any losses so far? No, we have taken 0 losses on the account as of yet. But depending on the opening of New York, it might be the first loss that we're gonna have. Especially with behavior developing like this, more than very possible that we will have to concede a loss. I will not sit down and give back all my profits to the market. 30k-ish region is the bottom line where I will close this trade and call it a happy Christmas. Did you announce winners? Yes. This is what we exactly want. Take trade in front of us, then we can copy you easily rather than start live and already profitable trade, boss. Listen, today is gonna be, and I'm gonna explain this once, very, very risky. I set myself out to have 3 tries of make money with 1k. If you follow at your own risk, keep in mind this is a very risky challenge with not well managed risk for today. It's for me entertainment and a scalping challenge for myself. Valid setup, but market doesn't want it. I still see that we can. The thing, I probably have to redo some order blocks and stuff on this, because yeah, they're invisible. But there's a high volume node here. The volume mostly resides, in my opinion, up. So I would like to see a trade minimum to here without having a full sweep of the lows. This would be a 1 to 7 RR trade. Right now, the market is seeing it completely different than me. If you look at the heat map where we are right now, there's a very, very high deficit in longs. There are not that many longs in the market anymore. They're gone. They're not there. Same goes for the liquidations. Can YouTube see this part of the screen is my question. 30 minutes left. Yes, 30 minutes till New York opening. As you can see, the liquidations, especially on the 1 hour, 17 million and only 700k shorts. It's a pretty much a lot got wrecked. Same on the 12 hours, only 10 million shorts and 105 million in longs. That tells us Bitcoin is still only eating the downside liquidity, which is pretty logical if you dumped 4%. This is still the current range we're operating in, between 84 and 91. As you can see, this range, we've been stuck here for 11 days and 4 hours currently. The long is doing, was doing pretty okay as of 5 seconds ago. Soon as I compliment Bitcoin, it, yeah. Oh well. 30 minutes till New York opening, not trading this Christmas candle. That might be a very wise decision. Listen, guys, Christmas is a time to spend with family, with your loved ones. Enjoy the break. Sorry, what? Yeah, do I need to say more? We're living in a highly illiquid market. We're $60 candles on the 5 seconds, third normal with equal volume. Yeah. What else should I say? I am poor. I can't afford Christmas. I don't really know how to respond to that, to be honest. Not trading Christmas, yeah. So, any trading related questions, any comments, anything else, um, feel free to let me know in the chat. We're still with more than 100 people here, which is nice. We're halfway there. Let's see if we can get to 200 people today. That would be insane. We started 30 minutes earlier because of the volatility. Yeah. Why am I seeing good traders who are only Dutch? I don't know. Maybe there's something in the water. I need to make more than 2K today. Yeah, that's possible. I don't know why. I don't know what for. I don't know what's going on. But it's a possibility that you'll make it. It's a possibility that you won't. That's trading. Trading is, in essence, the easiest and hardest way to make money. It's also one of the few things where you professionally don't know what you're going to have at the end of the month. It's different than running a business, because if you do a business, you at least know that you're not risking the money that you already made. And that's one of the biggest differences in trading. You have to put already made money back into the market and back on the line. And that is, psychologically speaking, different than almost any job in the world. USDT dominance looking like crazy volatility to the downside. Listen, it would make sense that USDT dominance declines and Bitcoin moves up. There's, except the market making algorithm and the expirations, there's nothing really keeping Bitcoin here, or have any reasoning not to go and hunt all of the shorts that have been opened. And there's truly an excessive amount of shorts piling up on the top. Look at the wicks that these 5-second candles are getting. And then the direction. Every battle there is, and then I mean every single battle that you see between longs and shorts, or red and green, bulls and bears, the bears haven't lost a single battle. Been only trading using stock RSI and support resistance together. I see a trade completely different, which is interesting. You do it mostly in volume. Yes. All I care about is volume and liquidity, because that's where the market goes. RSI is always lagging. So is every indicator, is in theory always lagging, because it needs data and it needs to have historic data in order to compound a certain either strategy, signal, or whatever you're looking for. And that's the biggest difference with volume. Volume is live. Comp looks like it's itching to break out, if not for Bitcoin. Listen, if Bitcoin is going to show the same behavior as yesterday, I might even trade different coins than Bitcoin. 110 people here currently. Oh, 90 more. Come on. Let's get these likes up, guys. With 40 likes. Yesterday we made 200. Let's see if we can break any records today. That would be absolutely great. So still in the first trade. It's a bit of watching paint dry. I'm now at break even, including my fees. Bitcoin looks to be... I legit wanted to say, looks to be like it's crawling out of the hole. And at that exact same moment, the market decides to put, well, a casual 10 million towards the shorts and press it back down. Trade Jelly or Pippin. No, I refuse to trade coins like that. And this is exactly... This is the perfect summary of the market. It's a struggle to get up there with some volatility, with some retraces, certain reactions, and then the market decides just to bring it back down. Completely. And as long as that is the case, I see zero hope for bulls. And don't get me wrong, we don't need to see crazy 100k or anything, but at least the retest of the 95, let's say the 90 to 92k region would absolutely make sense. I have to go. I like, but I'm lurking. Pump it. Thanks, buddy. Good luck. Now we retraced it, but as you can see, the retrace, it has less volume, it has less conviction. I don't want to say it's more stable because then it would hold easier. It looks like it's less the chosen direction and more just a trap. Exactly. It's staircase up and not even elevator down, it's bungee jump cord down. And that is a huge issue for the market, especially with money still rotating in legacy, no money going towards altcoins, which is pretty logical since meme coins drained all the liquidity from altcoins. But if even Bitcoin start acting up, and I keep repeating myself, in this illiquid state where we are in the current market, it's a market making paradise. Honestly, it's trap city, it's liquidation city, everything is up for grabs. Look at, for example, this candle and the transactional volume of it. This is a $9 move and it needs next to no volume. This volume consists of, I think, 100 to 150k. So with a 150k position or transactional volume, you can move the market $9. If you put in 1 million positions, you can do $30 to $40 moves. That's absolutely crazy. Yeah, people are liquidating their ports in order to buy Christmas presents. Yeah, that might be it. It's impulse down, slowly up, impulse down, slowly up. But as long as it keeps within this behavior, I don't see us going up. Yesterday, New York didn't even manage to take the London Open. Asia kept on pressuring down as well. So what I'm looking for is at least go above London opening and trying to hold and break the 86.3 or 88.3, sorry. There we go again. It's another small bungee jump building. This is the equivalent of 3 to 4 green candles. And it's always the same. This one is the equivalent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have to admit, if this behavior keeps on displaying, we will have to look for shorts. Even though my bias is still long, since the market normally doesn't leave that much money. It's up for the grabs. Even these small, yeah. That is $2.5 million. Sub buddy, do you trade gold at all? I think crypto has no, I don't trade gold at the moment. I hold some gold, like physical, because it's interesting to have, and not even that much. But I'm not actively trading in gold or any traditional assets whatsoever. What happened to your trade yesterday? It was close and lost. No, it's still running with DCA options. I showed in stream earlier already as well. I think it's down now 3.5k. Yeah, 3,457. Why is it displaying this wrong? Yeah, something is off. Yeah, 3.5. And that brings the portfolio to 34.7, I think. So nothing to worry about. Hi Shanta, see, start a new challenge. Awesome. I didn't start a new challenge. It's just something we're going to do today. Try to make some money on a 1K account. And as of now, we're up $111 on Maxi. I had a lot of chances to close yesterday in profit, but I'm still seeing potential for upside. That's why 96 before new low. Is that your bias, Shanton? No, my bias is that we're not leaving these huge liquidity gaps. Look at this, for example, on the 4 hour, also on the hourly. Even the 88.2 is big, and if we go to the upside, we will immediately skip through here. Even on the 5 minutes, the liquidity is spreading out to above. As far as I know, crypto markets do not, or traditional markets, so to say as well, do not leave that much money untapped and free for the grabs. Down still 3K on the main and $126 up on this one. No, I mean for your other trade. How do you mean? 96 before new low? No. I don't think we're going to reach 96. 96 is too far of a stretch. What I can realistically see is that we go to this order block, which is 93, that is already a stretch, and 90.1 and 91.2. These two are feasible and realistic. Even 90.2. So 90.2, 91.2, and 92.2. These are targets where we're definitely looking to closing, especially also the 90.2. That will leave me with a good 15, 16K profit on that trade and bring the account to 50K. Taking that any day now with the current movement. As you can see here as well, was a good impulse candle with good volume. Double than these. And it had the same destiny as all the others. Gold hard retracement. What the indicator is it that you're using to show the liquidity? It's multi-distribution volume profile by Zylerman. 114 current viewers, 120 even, and 54 likes. Guys, if you like the stream, if you like the content, please, it's free, it helps me a lot. Spam that like button and let's get this show on the road. I'm looking for a minimum of $200 to $250 profit on this trade, depending on New York opens, if I will hold it. This market makes it hard and complex because if you have a good entry, you don't know how long your entry is going to be good for. And that right now is my biggest worry. Trying to protect and preserve my entries. We are creeping up prior to New York Open. Is it a good sign? I don't know. Currently, my position is 9.5 Bitcoin on the main. Can you explain what's the difference between this volume profile, TPO, and TradingView? What Mr. Pandravek, please rephrase your question for me. I think we pumped today. I think so too, otherwise I wouldn't be longing. But that doesn't mean that I'm skeptic. We need to see if the market is trending down, it means that downwards movement is also easier than upwards movement. So we want to see the bulls actually wanting it. And as of now, there are not many signs that they do. I wish to have multiple like buttons to your stream. Listen, I would like that as well, if you would have multiple like buttons to my stream. 125 viewers. Let's get it. I hope we're going to break the 200 viewer resistance today. It's would be a good Christmas gift for me. So if everyone could share it with everyone or make 100 accounts, is also fine. When you started full porting like this, I'm interested in your trading journey. That went in phases. So in the beginning, after a couple of wins, everyone thinks that they're the new Michael Burry from The Big Short and they can run a hedge fund from their phone. After that, I got burned pretty bad and lost more than the money I could lose. And now for me, and that's also what I said before starting this stream, this is I want to have a fun day, you know. So if I blow up the 1,000, I'll take a new 1,000, and we can do that 2-3 times. Full porting itself normally isn't a smart idea unless you added the leverage. I explained this to someone in a call yesterday as well. Their leverage is being abused as of now. Leverage is not a tool to have bigger positions, or shouldn't be a tool to have bigger positions. That's why people get liquidated. We have liquidation heat maps, we have liquidation data. Try to look at NASDAQ. How many liquidations do you see? How much liquidations in general are there? There are none because people buy spot. Now, leverage is being abused in a certain way that normally it's the capital exposure is something you want to minimize as much as possible, but still have representation in the market. So what is leverage used for? To do 10% on leverage 5 or 10% on leverage 10 if you want to go crazy. It has never been intended to have this exposure or this size. That's what makes it more gambling, and that's also what gave it the bad name. I'm doing it as well now, but I'm doing it with money I can lose. And that's a big difference. You shouldn't try to make, you always have to look at port percentage. People want to have a monetary gain to a certain extent. They say, oh, I have 100 and I want to make 10,000 because they've seen people do it within crypto. But it's not the mean. If you invest in stocks and high net worth individuals and wealthy people, they go for 3 to 5% a year. Or in property, 7 to 10% a year. And property has been traditionally, and still is, one of the most booming markets. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any rental properties. And if the ultra wealthy know how to do it and they choose a different method of doing it, what are we trying to do then? Beat billionaires? Beat multi-millionaires? And that's a common misinterpretation of leverage. It's not how leverage was intended. It's not how leverage should have been used. That we're abusing it, that doesn't make it the correct way. This position can get easily liquidated. Very easy. Especially, look at what we're doing. We went up to 775. Oh, we're dumped another 100 again. And we're dumping more. As you can see, the price action currently is marvelous. We went from 140 up to 50 up in a single candle. The 5 minutes has been constantly dripping. At least the follower count. 70 likes, guys. Can we get to 100? Yeah, it's pre-New York. It might be a day where we have pre-New York dump, we have New York dump, and we have after New York dump. Just to keep, the good juices flowing. For the main account, these are expensive candles. That was a more than 2K costing candle. Decent. Complete move retrace that took 3 candles in a single red candle. So we long, I am long. What you do is 100% up to you. Something triggered. I don't know if it's temporary or a bit more strength. The problem is you get skeptical with every pump. Question, how come you are not using max leverage since you are using cross? Max leverage on max C is over 200. I want to be able to still think, and I don't know if you guys know the concept of maintenance margin. Maintenance, let me get a glass first so I can drink in between as well. always worry that as soon as I walk back into the room, Bitcoin went down a K, and it's and it's very possible. So the concept of maintenance margin. An exchange calculates the liquidation price based on your maintenance. That means that it's not 100% where your position will liquidate. You can have a lot less. Hide the coke. You can have a lot less drawdown than the 100%. And depending, the average maintenance margin is 0.4 to 0.6% depending on the exchange. At MaxC, on average, it is 0.4%. But the 0.4% is calculated pre-leverage. So, if I use 200 leverage, the maintenance margin might go slightly down. But if the maintenance margin is still 0.2 to 0.3%, 200 times 0.2 is 40% of the position. So at minus 60, at 40 or at 200x will get liquidated. And that's why I'm not maxing out the leverage. Maxing out leverage is not a smart idea. Doesn't matter if you trade on zero fees pairs. No, it doesn't. The maintenance margin and the liquidation calculation is never dependent on the trading fees. It will make an even smaller port if you pay fees, because the in-market margin is less, of course. But the maintenance margin is leading in regards to your liquidation price. And the higher the leverage, the bigger the percentage of the position will get liquidated. So that's why it's not always wise to use higher leverage. It can limit your exposure, but there's a sweet spot between 40 and 75 leverage where the maintenance margin is still acceptable. Because now at 50x, I pay 15% maintenance margin, give or take. Bro, please, the difference between cross and isolated margin. Isolated margin means that the margin that can be used, taken and or liquidated in the trade, and mostly liquidated. Is only limited to the margin within that given position. So if I use isolated, the margin in this trade 955.7973 is the only margin that may be influenced in case of liquidation. With cross, depending on the exchange and depending on the account type, if it's a future spot separated account of a unified trading account, in a spot future separated account, the cross margin will cycle through to the complete balance within that wallet. So the futures wallet or the spot wallet. In a unified trading account, the complete balance is at stake. So the whole account. JC, oh, this sounds fun. Thanks for the response. For fun and giveaways if we reach 200 viewers. Yes. Why did we start a fresh account? Exactly that. Just to have a fun challenge, have a fun day, because yesterday was rough and we were watching paint dry. So it was time to shake it up a little today. We're still in the same position on the main account. Not much is happening. Trying to scalp and hunt some volatility and hopefully kickstart it with this first trade. Do you use post-only opens and close to avoid fees using chase features? Move your order and try to execute at current price. Doesn't work well on weekends through depending on your size. Doesn't work through the week as well. The thing is, if depends on what trading style we're looking for. I went to MaxC now for scalping, but the fees turned out higher than I expected. If I'm swing trading, my entry is irrelevant. And if I'm DCAing, well, irrelevant is the wrong choice of wording, but it doesn't make that much difference. If I'm looking at a 2, 3, 5, 10k swing, and then I mean spot price, so 4 to 6% move, there's no need for me to avoid the fees. I just enter when I want to enter. Can you shift the profit box a bit more to the right so we can see the entire USDT part? Bro. The answer is no, Baxter. I have no clue how to do it. I can not just keep on editing my OBS midstream. You can see the complete position. It has the margin. Give me a second. So I had to cut off the trading pair. Guys, I'm trading Bitcoin. We can only choose one. So for me, chasing entries or using that method is not per se relevant, especially if you're looking at bigger move and swings. Also, most of my trading accounts have very low fee rates. VIP 4 and above at exchanges. So on maximum average, I pay 50% of the normal trading fees, which is a tremendous help. When I'm scalping, it's a different case. But the advantage to do with scalping is to avoid the fees because you want to have less fees and your exposure time and the time in the market is shorter. The disadvantage is you need to be able to act quickly and you want to have a certain opening. So chasing it, waiting for liquidity and a potential lack of liquidity is not beneficial. So for me, it's not a strategy I use often. You ever trade anything else? I sometimes trade Solana or ETH or whatever, but let's say I'm 95% focused on Bitcoin. Guys, that margin is like 0.2 BTC. No, it's not. It shows $955. I am waiting for you to go to 0 PNL as I missed to enter. Well, I hope I don't. Sorry, buddy. 130 people and 78 likes. Let's break the 100 likes first, guys. Okay, it looks like Bitcoin is slowly recuperating itself. It's like clockwork. Can someone clip that, please? The second I say Bitcoin is recovering itself, it just... I invest in real estate. I invest into railroad projects, not crypto projects. And I currently not holding spot. I'm waiting for it to bottom out. On unrealized P now, you got it set to F. But latest is better, nah? Potentially, yes. What's the liquidation price, sir? 87,493. I don't think... Oh no, that's the entry price. Liquidation price is 85,776. My apologies. I'm 19 years old. I'm very depressed these days. How come, buddy? It's a safe space. If you want to talk about it, I think we're all here for you. At least I am. Have you made 10 million since you started? I'm not going to answer the question. Baxter, I might kill you. Profit box so choose USDT on that too. What USDT you want to see? The margin or... Like this? Yeah, I'm getting coached how to set up my OBS in the meantime. Then after we figured that out, I'll get back to trading as soon as we agree on the fact that my OBS is finally set up correct. 1 minute till opening, yes. And as of now, it looks like no clue. Doesn't happen to me often, but I don't really have an idea. I don't know what we're looking at. Welcome to New York. Let's bring the fun. Can remove the 955 part. Why? It shows the margin. You wanted the margin, right? New York sweep, Asia low and move up. Guys, for me, we don't need more low sweeps. We've been low enough. We swept enough. Why sweep the Asia low? There is no liquidity sitting. Oh, it's a nice green candle. That smells retraceable. This. There's no liquidity. There's 30 million. And there's, at 88.5, there's 60 for the grabs. Let's see if New York would finally choose some violence upwards. Good luck. Hope it's a banger. Yeah, me too. Is this a short or long trade, sir? Buddy, I don't want to be a bad guy, but if you see the line on the screen, right? And you see the green B for buy, and the price moves up from the line and the profit goes up, it might be wise not to trade by yourself if you cannot tell from the current screen setup if it's a long or short. And I'm just trying to protect you and your capital here. If that legitimately is the case, please avoid trading. Well, you say pumping on opening is not a good thing, but I see a red 5-minute candle. Pumping on opening. It's like the Twitter memes. Is the pump in the room with us? Pumping on opening. Well, if this pumping, then it can stop pumping. Yet again, an absolute. Ah, nice. Bitcoin got shot in the head once again. Everybody needs to start somewhere. Yes, that's true. But what stop should I keep? I don't know. I'm going to liquidation, man. I can't even believe what I'm seeing day after day, to be honest. Since you're scalping, do you not hedge, play both sides? No. Makes no sense. On 1K. Sorry. Are we seeing some buy volume here? Or are these just scanners that are being put there in order to retrace the next 15 seconds? I'm afraid to say something positive. Let's pump. Yeah, that would be great, huh? Just trade the 89K. That this was the stop hunt down. Same as yesterday, we had a small stop hunt up. Imagine if this was the stop hunt down. This could mark Asia low. I'm sounding hyper optimistic, but it could be marking Asia low. It's highly unlikely. Or New York low. I'm just looking for a pump to short. That's very wise. Thing is, trend is your friend. It's a bit of a cheesy saying, but it is true. If the trend is proven down, and I think after 124k to 81k, we can convictively say the trend has been going down. It's good to look into shorting pumps instead of longing dumps, because the dumps keep dumping, but the pumps on average don't keep pumping. So that would make sense for me as well. I just want to see that liquidity gets swept. Look how much more volume this takes. And this is what I'm telling about the market. This is double, triple the volume that they used to bring it down. Maybe even more. Look at the nodes in the volume. This one as well. This candle is so much stronger than the candles that pushed it $100 down. And yet the market, no. Spot is heavily selling while Perps is trying to save it. Pure spot sell. 100% spot driven. And that makes it even worse. Because spot has the tendency to be a lot weaker than Perps. There's less volume. There's less liquidations. There's less market making hunting because you can't hunt a spot position. So the fact that this is a spot driven move, and yeah, people can say BlackRock is selling, this is selling, that is selling. That's ODC. It doesn't influence a price point. Over the counter is not influencing an order book, neither a price, neither manipulation. So Michael Saylor isn't, Andrew Tate isn't, BlackRock isn't, Vanguard isn't, none of them is. Wintermute, none. But that spot is driving this down. Very peculiar. Very peculiar. Yet again, it's spot. Perps is still in an inclining line. Spot is dropping. You don't see spot driven moves often. Well, isn't spot a true move? Yes and no. The true move is the one who shows to not be lying. So if it keeps going down, Perps in the end has to come down with spot. And then indeed spot was a true move. If spot reverses upwards and goes towards Perp, then spot wasn't a true move. My apologies, Bitcoin, that I just said that it might have marked the low for the session. I understand that you want to prove your point, but a bit excessive, no? Spot dropping, meaning people are selling spot. Spot dropping indeed means that people are getting rid of their spot positions. But the money circulating and fluctuating within spot is countlessly less than in longs. Look at how they eat in that wick. Mostly spot takes care of the direction and Perps takes care of the acceleration. So as soon as Perps is moving in the same direction as spot as it is in this case, you can see these very high intense candles. This is another good 0.4% move. I was saying 0.5%. I don't know what liquidity they're looking for, to be honest. I don't know what volume they're hunting. Because there's nothing to go at. There's none. So either they're going to 70k or it's a false move, liquidity wise. There's no one to liquidate left. There's no one here. There's 20 million. There's 20 million at 85.3. There's 50 million at 68.8. They might be looking for that. $12 hours, 116 million longs. 24 hours, 260 million longs. 4 hours, 34 million in longs. And 10 million shorts, 1 million shorts. So that is 1 to 15, 1 to 11, 1 to 11, and 1 to 10 is the current liquidation ratio. That means that shorting currently is unpunished and absolutely free. Took a small long here, understandably. Spot and per both selling, it seems. Yes, they were. And now it's the first time I see spot slowly come up again as well. It was mostly Binance spot. Bybit spot kept selling, Bitfinex spot kept selling. Use EMA, look, 1 hour, dead cross. I don't use EMA lines, so you have to explain to me if that's positive or negative, please. 15 minutes, 190 in shorts I got. 15 minutes, 190 in shorts. What shorts liquidated? Where? Impossible. Especially the last 50 minutes, we haven't gone up. Can you elaborate on your strategy a bit, Chief? Since you're only 1 on 33 watching, that's not going to waste your strategy. No, my strategy won't get wasted anyways. My strategy is just look at volume. Volume and liquidations. Combined with order blocks. So order blocks always trigger reaction, or 9 out of 10 times trigger reaction. And money moves the market. It's that simple. Combine it with skin in the game and a pretty long history within. We can go deeper into it and we can try build indicators in the future. But as of now, that is what most of my strategy consists of. It's nothing crazy. It's just looking at volume, looking at price action, and looking at what the structure is giving us. Not just liquidation, just in shorts. Trading on high time frame, EMA is trading. Yeah, everything is a lagging indicator. Let's be honest. Every indicator is lagging because it needs to have certain pointers in order to give an indication. There's no way to build a future indicator. Then there's a prediction. How much did you lose when you first started? Multiple times, almost all of it. I made a lot of money and I lost a lot of money. And it can ramp up to a couple of 100K a day. It's not looking good at all. This is... Actually, that's an understatement. It's looking fucking bad. It can't do anything. It can't pressure. It can't push. It's... Bears are tired. No, bears aren't tired. The bulls are tired. Actually, I think the bulls are in hibernation. We're seeing completely naked downward candlesticks. No retracement. New York hasn't pumped in, I think, 3 or 4 days. Yesterday, we didn't even manage to get above the London opening. Look. We didn't even get above the opening. Of course, I can't read anything now. Because of the whiteness. But this is this weekend. Yesterday, 3:30. This was the New York opening candle. It was lower than New York, or it was even lower than London. Got stop and rise, and the high of London was higher than New York. And for me, it was stop on and just straight down. Nothing else. Straight. No retraces, nothing. Then it managed to get back in the afternoon slightly. Again, not exceeding London. Before it annoyed everyone. I'm even looking at the wrong day, damn. It showed the same pattern Friday. Yesterday, the London or the New York opening here. Tried to go stop hunt, couldn't make it, rejected down during Asia, and now here we are. Still trending down. Where will you close this trade? This trade at liquidation, man. I still believe that we can see higher. There's no reasoning for it to look for lower prices. Yeah, prices. It's blind pressure. Nothing more. Weirdo SPX pumping and selling hard, both spot and perp sale, just the minor relief. No, it's not. There's no relief. Everything keeps going up. What tool do you use? Just coinglass.com. Everything tries to move up to its best interest or best power. See what ETH's doing. No, not looking good either, is it? But at least all ETH is holding pretty well compared to Bitcoin. Yeah, what is this? Come on. So since New York opening, we managed to lose money only. So New York opened at 500 higher. What are we looking at? Like, come on. What's the actual? We can remove the green button from the chart. And I still keep believing in the fact that we might bounce. And it might be... I might be stupid for it, not gonna lie. That I still have this blind hopium in the fact that BTC might bounce. But if you look at this on the 5 minutes, I can't see any reason for it to go lower. Because there's no level min and you flip up hard. Huh? Yeah. You want to see the 3 o'clock flipping point. It might. It actually might. Because there's not much more to grab. But still, if I look at these candles and the force with which they're applying them, I have no clue how we should pump from this. Looks like we will bounce New York. Don't keep the lows if we want to hold. Bro, but bouncing from where? From 6K or? There's nothing bullish. Let's check Twitter what they are saying. Oh, we broke 87K. Breaking. 10 a.m. manipulation continues. Bitcoin has dropped. Yeah. Stock's pumping. That's funny. This is not true. Silver's hitting. Yeah, we know. 200 million liquidated yet again. Oh, we're dropping below 87K. Small round of applause. Yeah, it's interesting and it's true. If you plot this stuff in regards to others, it's nuts. Guys, we're still at 87 likes. Come on, we can do a lot better, right? There are 140 people there. Killer says we pump at 16. Yeah, listen, buddy. I agree that we should pump. I 100% agree with the fact that we should pump. If you look historically at Xmas for the last 6 years, if you look at the current setup, if you look at where the money is residing within the market, every Tau sign is that we should go up. Thank you, brother, for Kate content like always. You're more than welcome. Guys, 9 likes away from 100 likes. Come on. If I make a profit this stream, which I still think I will, I'm giving it away, but it's not that I keep on giving, but the other party is not delivering. It's a two-way relationship here, right? Otherwise, I can just stream in the Discord. Only PA shows down for now. Yeah, it does. But since yesterday afternoon, 1:30, we dumped another 4%. Another 4%. It's a massive wipeout. So the last hour, 17.8 million in longs is wrecked. And only 1 million in shorts. Same goes for the 4 hour. You can't have these ratios going on forever. Some has to retaliate. Let's take Bitcoin to negative. Okay, that's funny. It might go negative. Man trying to ruin Boo's Christmas. Yeah. is also ruining my Christmas, to be honest. Hit likes, guys. Yes, 100%. I don't have the ball. The thing is, if you guys are not in a position yet, this is an equal low here. I wanted to say you can long here, but good that it took me at least 10 seconds to... As soon as I say it might be good for going up, I see stuff that I'm like, huh? I guess we're going below 87. Where's the volume even coming from? Look at look at the CBD. It's straight. Oh. Even aggregated trade crashed. Oh my god, it's a straight line. Nothing to see here, guys. Everyone's still here? Because it looks like more has. I don't know why it always does this, like an hour in. Yeah, my eyes are blur. Yeah, mine as well. I have to adjust this because we made a new low. I have to keep adjusting it for. I think this position is close to liquidation, man. Yeah. Yeah. Is below 80 possible? Oh, definitely. Because in a market like this, everything is possible. Look at what's currently happening. What is OBS doing again? Oh, I'm going mental because of this. Where is this? What? Huh? Wait, give me a second here, guys. The screen just automatically decides to change itself. How even? I didn't press a single button on my OBS. Oh, this is annoying. So I have to adjust ratios and then manually dig stuff up. I don't even understand how it can happen. But my problem is my knowledge of OBS is not good enough. So I think I fixed everything again. I think that's some aggressive selling right there. Look at the volume. Yeah, it's crazy. It's very, very, very crazy. Guys, this is since New York opening. It's trade down only. Because we opened at 30. We've seen one good green candle. And since then not even a good candle. It's the first candle. 1.4% dump. Casually. Absolutely nothing to see here. I need to use the restroom. I'm back in a minute. So what did I miss? Some dump? It's not the chances of me missing a pump are 0. No SL dam. Yeah, it's just 1000. There was not even a good entry for short. It just took the elevator down. Yeah, and that's the issue. It's also not really giving. The thing is, normally if you see a pump or whatever, you're like, okay, I can short this, you know? But this is just range, small up, big dump. Range. This looks like a perfect structure for a breakout upwards. This is not something I would short. Honestly. Why would you short this? It dumped. It's a lower low, agreed, but looks like consolidation. It looked like it could actually break back up. But the thing is, it's not showing us. Look at all the candles to the upside. Look at them. Wick down. Wick. All have big wicks. Look at the volume down. 0.8%. 0 fucking wicks. Less wick. Big wick up. Less wick. Less. Big wick. There's so much. There's so much more. What is this? There's so much more wicks to the downside or to the upside and to the downside. It's crazy. Yearly candles still red though. Yeah, of course. And the volume just keeps on hammering it. This, yet again, it's a $70 5-second candle. We're talking about $70 here. In a single candle. There's 0 chance of survival. If this is the behavior of Bitcoin, we're going to end up at 60K. Nothing else. 60K. Maybe 40. But there's no feasibility and no legitimate reasoning to even remotely keep this thing up. Look, it's red after red after red after red. A green candle doesn't even exist. We had one green candle, but it still didn't even make sense that it was green within New York. We're halfway down the session. Even at the lows and the weekend lows that we have actively taken out and actively taken out Asia low, still no green as of yet. That's mental. It's a seller's market with insane downwards volume. Look at the 4-hour perp and spot. Look at the selling volume on these 4 hours. It's violence only. 1 hour structure scary? Oh, 100%. It's it's very scary. Seriously scary. There's no good reasoning behind except liquidity to hold these trades. And liquidity doesn't lie often because it can't. The only thing is, how long can the market remain irrational? That's the secondary problem. Because the market can remain irrational longer than we can stay liquid. 100%. But if I look at 1 hour liquidations, look at the 1 hour liquidations. I'm gonna post it in the Discord chat as well. Because there's 70. I don't know if you can see it. There's more than 70 million shorts liquidated. 71 million longs liquidated, sorry. 71 million longs. In regards to 1.65 million in shorts. That's, yeah, it's crazy. Same as the 4 hour, 4 million in shorts and 91 million in longs. And on the 12 hour, 11 million to 167. That's 16 times more. Chio's trying to push now. I am Chio, don't worry. Don't worry about me, guys. There is a fair value guy, but also look at this wick again. It's a perfect example. It's still 3 minutes in. After the first 2 minutes, it looked like it had a good push, and now the market decides it should be red. Need to trap some more shorts. Buddy, there's so much liquidity above. It's madness. So much more liquidity on the downside. On the upside, so much more. 1 hour, $73 million liquidated, of which 71 million is longs. More than everything. I wonder if there are some stats that would say which is the ratio of long short reg based on market conditions. That is actually a pretty interesting question. If you can get out any sentiment or derive any statistical from it. 1K to 100K challenge again? No. Just trading with 1K sitting at a $350 drawdown and hoping that the market will do something positive. Look at this again. BTC stopped following upside liquidity since 1 month. Yeah. But shorts aren't, or longs aren't even piling in that much anymore. And that's what worries me the most. Even the longs stopped longing, and Bitcoin didn't stop going after them. Low wonder how some okay feel at 90K long still. Yeah. Same. It's rest in peace for some of our fallen friends, I think. So, now we wait. I think we should see reversal soon. It's 4 o'clock. First 30 minutes of New York have passed. Why no trade AGGR? This is... Oh, shit. That, of course, also shifted. Give me a second here. My apologies, guys. You should tell me if that stuff happens because I can't see it, and I'm OBS blind. I'm starting to hate OBS, honestly. I'm also not good at this stuff. If there's someone who can help me with setting up my OBS that it actually looks like I know what I'm doing and make this setup decent, please holler at me because I keep on. I have now 4 or 5 presets made for all the different exchanges, and every time something resets or I start up my computer again, I have to redo the complete window configuration, and it drives me absolutely crazy. So, wait, we still don't have. Oh. Sorry. How am I gonna do this? So I can actually try to fit this stuff on. Yeah, guess I have to zoom more then. It looks like it's a great start of the new 2 minute or the new 5 minute candle again. First 2 minutes, we're loving it. Bro, you are better than some streamers that have streams for years. Don't be negative. No, but it just annoys me that I have to redo it every time and I don't understand really what I'm doing. And I notice one thing, as soon as I start playing with OBS, the market shits itself. And to use suit someone on any desk, it's an app that allows remote control access to your desktop so you could handle all the OBS and everything. Yeah, I could have TeamViewer or whatever, but I just need to find the right person because I don't want to have them messing with other stuff. And they need to be trustworthy. I'm swing long now. I'm scuba diving long. Stop loss 85k, 88.6. Sounds like a decent entry. Why not? But we're at the order block again here. You can still see my previous order blocks. If we're not holding this region, we're in trouble. Won't suggest that dangerous, in my opinion. Yeah, but the thing is, everything is dangerous in the end. But I fix it every time. So I make it and it looks correctly. Everything is done correct. Like now I can fix it, but what's weird is the fact that I have to fix it every time. That should make no sense, honestly. Okay, apparently white is not really doing it. Maybe this works better if I change back to my regular templates. What's the normal color? Black, right? You see, it's a direct difference. You see how much that does for Bitcoin? As soon as I go black mode. I think Bitcoin was waiting for me to go back to black. Oh, look at this 5 minute liquidity. It should skip this whole region and go back to 7,400 region. Knowing that you can control which screen he can see and controls many streamers and companies, users, and shut them was probably as a screen with only OBS. Yeah, I no, actually I have my OBS sharing a screen, but I could set OBS at a separate screen. That's no issue at all. And the desk is well known app. Oh yeah, it's the same as TeamViewer probably, right? Guys, we're at 96 likes. Come on. I still feel like we're gonna make a profit on this one. I feel like it. Why? Because I want to. If you played ACDC in the back, it would skyrocket that price. Due to copyrights and in potential infringements, I cannot have music underneath the stream. That's why I'm wearing my AirPods with stream. With music. Even though I love music, I can't. Bitcoin is responding better to black than to white. I can tell you that with certainty at least. With a lot of certainty, actually. This is a nice pump. Till now, knock on wood. It's a very decent pump. It smells like break even almost. I know I'm jinxing it, guys. BDC is woke. Yeah, BDC is woke. Epidemic Sound is a subscription you could use to have non-copyright music access that could you add to the streams. Okay, I will check that out. ER40N. That's a great tip because I do love to have some music since this is. I can't hear respect to you guys for sitting here 2 hours listening to me talk, but I couldn't do it. When you say black, somewhere BlackRock fund manager sneezes. Black. I have 4K at 87K. 4K Bitcoin, oh. Imagine if it still has validity. This trade could still be very valid. You could drop some strategy wisdom. We're hoping to learn from you, buddy. Yeah. Let's make it interactive. Ask any trading related question and not about my port size or how much money I make, and I will try to answer it as good and deep as possible while we wait for Bitcoin to give me back my money. Fair deal, right? Do you think the fair value gap is a good indicator? I would love to know how you trade. Thing is, in theory, between order blocks, there's always a fair value gap. I think fair value gap has a high correlation to my strategy and to volume. Because what is a fair value gap? In theory, it's nothing more than the spike between orders. If I would mark off a fair value gap here, it would be this one now. And it shows the same thing as it shows with the volume nodes. There's a deficit. And with a deficit, I mean there's a differentiation, or there's a lack of liquidity there. So for me, a fair value gap 100% holds value. But still, I prefer to look at volume, but volume is highly correlated to, for example, fair value. For what I just explained and just shown you. Every time price skips something, it will go back there. It doesn't mean that it will half fill it, but it will mean that it's there to collect liquidity. The market maker is never letting money sit in the market. There is no free money, there's no getting rid of, and there's no escaping the market maker. Don't forget that. Volume absence also coincides with fair value gap concept, so it overlays with multiple strats. 100%. 100%. Insane recover, don't jinx it. Why do you look like you're not afraid of a breakdown? With your style, wouldn't you blow literally 50% if your entire port in one loss? I call it challenges deliberately. Because for me, a challenge is seeing what I can do, what I can withstand, and also is a learning experience. It's not just to make money on. It's not blindly making money. It's also not blindly risking and throwing it at the charts. It's for me also a way to experiment, to try out things and see what is actually possible. And in terms of drawdown, I don't know. My trade maximum was down, I think, 8K at the bottom. At a 40K account, so that's 20% risk. Still above 30K, which was my invalidation, or at least my exit point for this trade. And I know it's not the way you should normally do the calculation of an exit point, because it was based on a monetary gain. So yeah, I don't know. Yes, I'm definitely risking more than I would normally do on my regular port. But since it's, in comparison to my normal trade size, rather small, I am willing to take bigger risks, but it also needs to have bigger upside. It's not a trade that I'm going to close for 2K profit. Definitely not. Or market conditions or sentiment needs to have a drastic change, but I'm holding to my bias and to the trade that you can see on the screen of running it to at least this line. And that is a total gain still of 4% spot. At the current position I'm at, with a 4% spot move, I will make 30-ish K. What role does CVD play in your strategy? CVD gives me an indication of what they want or where they're pointing at. If CVD is still strongly showing a certain direction, while I'm approaching an entry, I might move my entry. I might change my bias, and it will not change my bias. It will not per se change my direction, but it might change my course of entry or my course of take profit. Especially not so much with sharp moves, because a sharp move is fine. And then it's an impulse as long as it recovers, and it needs some recovery time. Not disregarding, but it needs to correlate with the time frame. So let's say on the 5 second you see a dump, or on the 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minutes, it needs to have some time to recover, especially with the CVD. If you look at the 4 hour and you're approaching your entry, but it's heavily down, it makes more sense to either have a DCA option or second option or whatever. So CVD is more something to determine if I should take profit or if there's more room in the tank, or if I should take a single entry, multiple entries, or build my position slower a bit more. As in the meantime, we rejected again hard, huh? Here it doesn't look that bad. You see, it's all about the perspective. Which ACT video mentorship helped you the most? Currently, I'm busy with the 2022 one. You take out what is useful for you. For me, ICT was mostly same as cotton candy, order blocks, and general knowledge. It's never bad to have more tools on your tool belt. But for me, fair value gap, order blocks, those are the two most interesting things from ICT. Are you Russian? No, I'm Dutch. I don't know why people keep thinking that I'm Slavic or Balkan. Maybe I look like it. Where I start to learn any blogs, websites, books, or videos in order to have strong formation, I would join our Scalp X Discord and start picking it up from there. Got in a long of Sol at 122. Wish could hold for longer than 10 minutes for once. Yeah, for me, I I have no problem holding trades long, but I wish that I would see more profit. Can you elaborate more on volume? What metrics are you exactly looking at? How do you interpret them? The metrics I'm looking at is there are three types of volume. It's order quantity, so the amount of orders that is at X or Y place in the chart. It's order size, which is a amount of orders and an amount of transactional volume that has been transacted or is being transacted at a certain point. And it's liquidations. So it's a three-edged sword. It's how many people trade, how much do they trade, and where is their invalidation, liquidation, or stop loss for that trade. The first one is pretty easily shown with a volume profile indicator. You can use session volumes. Hello? Runtime error. Studies per chart has been reached for come subscription. Okay. I think that's not possible, to be honest. Takes away a bit of my story, doesn't it? This. There we go. So, for example, this one can show you where's the volume or the transactional volume of a trading session. So the New York, Asia, London, whatever. So yesterday's has been here. Today it has been here. It just moves. I think this one is only displaying US now. Says all, but I'm. So this is the it's only New York session now, but this shows the transactional volume per session, and this is the complete distribution. And especially on the 4-hour, you can derive from it that you can see price skip certain areas. This is an area that is mostly skipped, forcefully into it, forcefully out, into it, out, into it, out. Not even into it, out. So this area skipped. Same will probably go for this area until here. We just seen a tip of the iceberg at the previous dump. If it would have gotten any further, we probably went to here and here. So what you can see from volume profile is not per se where the market is heading, because in the end you need a bit of luck, you need to read some structure, you need to understand market sentiment, influx and outflux of orders, but you can see where it's most likely to stall, to accelerate, and to go to, which are logical points. For me, having it take profit at 89 or 89.2 here makes no sense. Here at 90, yes it does. Why? One, it has an order block. Two, they're more high volume nodes. I hope that that's clear. Let's get to 200 likes, guys. Yeah, that would be appreciated. Thank you. 99 likes. Guys, come on. So Bitcoin's dipping, the views are dipping, and the likes are dipping. My dad just texted me, people think you're Russian because you shave your head in a Russian haircut. Okay. I'm being bullied, guys. No, just kidding. Like your attitude towards trading, I don't trade for sheer money and numbers too. I trade for learning and growing experience. Money has come as a side effect of me beating my limitations. It sounds like you're successful and you're having a good life. So, congratulations on that. And yes, trading is, for me, and has always been very challenging, insanely learningful, big learning curve, and it's always you versus you. It's very easy to blame someone who is giving you signals or is online, or I think people are looking for signal groups not just because they don't have to learn themselves. It's because they can find conviction in it. And next to finding conviction, they can also blame someone if it goes wrong. Oh yeah, well he gave me that signal. Oh well he did this. Or yeah, I made money because of him, and then it's yeah, you did great because you followed great. But it's easy to have someone to blame when things go wrong. And in trading, it's you versus you. It's not you versus the market. Because the market will always move and the market will do its thing. And the market is irrational, the market is wrong, the market is bad. No, the market is the market. It's a given. It will go up, it will go down, and the chart will 100% go to the right. These are the only three things that are 100% dead certainty of the market. How did you learn to deal with disappointment in trading? Just started with small amounts, and the disappointment is real when I lose some. One, you need to mentally disconnect from that money. Write it off in your head. If you can't write it off in your head, you're trading too big and it's money you cannot actually stand to lose. Secondly, look at percentages, not at numbers. I had a call with someone for 1.5 hours yesterday evening. It's about the risk reward ratio and making sure that you have the correct system in place, even though we will do some more boring challenges that actually will have 1 to 3 RR, will have proper setup, will have 5% port risk, and then we will go to 3% risk per trade. So it will be a lot slower, but if you know what you're doing and if you have a certain system, the disappointments will be less because you know what you can expect. Secondly, plan your trades because that's also expectation management. And thirdly, only trade with money that you can stand to lose and are actually willing to lose. What if you miss a trade you knew you could win and you win it, you won, you would have made a shit ton, but you just keep watching plays go exactly how you planned but missing it? It happens. You know, last Friday I fumbled 10k profit, then I fumbled 8k profit. Yesterday was up at 12k and the trade reversed against me. It's part of the game, right? If you go and play ice hockey, you know you're gonna get body checked. If you're gonna play soccer, you know if you play outside, it might rain sometimes and you're gonna get wet. It's part of the game. And mentally, this might not be for everyone, but you have to accept the risks and the problems that come with this game or profession or the general understanding of crypto and trading. A trade will not always go in your favor. You will have losses, etc. When you're in profit, do you move Ether into profits or take percentages? Sometimes I take percentages. I'm not a fan of moving my stop loss or my entry. Because if I think I need to move my entry, don't get me wrong, it happens rarely that I actually do move it. But if I think I have to move it, I might as well take profit. Because what's the reason for letting it run? If I want to have it risk-free, I should take the profits and call it a day. If I'm still convinced it's going higher in my direction, there's no added value of moving it. If you know you're right and you're still convinced of you being right, there's no need to adjust the setup. Also, normally I'm not a fan of DCAing on the get-go. If you pre-plan a DCA because you're not certain of a range, make sure that the risk is still managed. If you start DCAing mid-trade, and DCA for people who might not know, we're going back to the basics, is dollar cost averaging. So it means if I want to put 100 in the market, and I put the first 25 at 100, 25 at 75, 25 at 50, and 25 at 25. That means that I divided my 100 over these 4 ranges. There's a 75 difference, so that's 37.5. So then the average entry would be at 62.5 approximately. With a prefixed, pre-set up plan, it's possible. But positions can get out of hand pretty quickly. Money, if the trade goes against you, is also exponentially. So be very careful with DCAing. Please don't go back to my entry. I don't know where your entry is, so. The coin flip experiment is going to be interesting to see. Yeah, it 100% is. Last time we managed to book, I think, 25% profit within 2-3 months. It's all about management and preset risk management. That's all it is. I think you are right going back to 90.361. I think so too. Otherwise, I wouldn't be in the trades anymore. Do you believe that we will touch 100K in Q1 2026? You mean with my challenge, or you mean Bitcoin? Bitcoin, no. No, I don't think so. Or at least it's highly unlikely for me. I'm gonna be long stream today, potentially. Be honest, bro. If you could go back to the start, would you still start trading or decide to pursue a different venture or business? I would still get into trading. It's something you can do whenever you want. It's something you can do wherever. I would make different choices, and it's always easy looking back, but focus more on swings from the beginning instead of scalping and the methodology and everything. And I would start streaming earlier, content creation earlier, and did scalebacks completely different. But yeah, if you know your fall, you will already lay on the ground. It's a Dutch saying. So yeah, I wouldn't have started, to be honest. Why not? That's curious. Okay, guys, if you knew beforehand that this is what trading is, would you guys have started trading? Or would you guys pursue something different or do stuff differently? Move SL up, then it hits, then goes the way I want it. Gonna start to take percentages of profit now instead. Yeah, that makes more sense as well. Price is, except it's going down, it's mostly not linear. So if something is not linear, why have the risk of it indeed bouncing a little? Before an exponential move, it grabs liquidity. It needs fuel, the same as a car. If you only give a car 2 liters, it's not gonna go that far. If you fill it up completely, you can reach way more. And a trade needs to do the same. It needs to get up a bit, go down a bit, get up a bit, go down a bit. It's like Pac-Man. The more candy it grabs, the bigger it gets, and the easier it becomes. Liquidations is still looking liquidated. I would still be trading, but also make different choices. But at the same time, I feel that the losses and mistakes are also necessary to become better. Losing in trading is not an issue. As long as, one, you lose less than you're making. Secondly, as long as you learn from it. The understanding and the underlying thing of why you lost, and I don't mean per se... you can always lose a trade and the market can go against you or something stupid can happen. But understanding, especially at over-risking situations, why you liquidated or why you didn't close the trade or why your SL was off, something like that, that is for me 10 times more important. Honestly. It's starting to look okay-ish. My trading strategy has been recover losses. How am I supposed to read that? When I only use only 25x. Yeah, no, 25x is warm up. If you have $100 and go to the bank and ask for 2,500, it's nothing, right? I think 25x is already a pretty high leverage, buddy. self-control and emotionally are bigger issues than anything else. I think trading, and that's why I keep repeating it, is you versus you. And it's mostly the psychological aspect. How many times have you seen someone sit through a 40, 50, 60, 70% drawdown and then closing it as soon as the train sees the screen? It's like they're afraid of flying, get in a plane and start kissing the ground as soon as they touch down again and forget that they have to risk the rest of their life. Thoughts on me opening 100k BDC positions with 5k in account? Ballsy. If you have a 5k account, why not put 1k on leverage 20? Or 2k on leverage 20? And then risk. For the 5k, I wouldn't risk more than 200 per position. Personally. Hey, it's green now. Yeah, and then they close it. I know it was green, but we opened at the bottom of the range where we expected this range to hold. So what am I gonna expect? That it's gonna blast through immediately? In a downtrending market? No. I'm not even noticing it anymore. I'm trying to get rich quick. The only way to get rich quick is buy a lottery ticket and hope that you have the winning one. Same for everyone. Compounding is the only way. You know how much you will make if you have, like, let's say you have 5,000, length of time in years, let's say 5 years, estimated interest rate 3%, compound frequent, just monthly, huh? If you make daily 3%, estimated annual interest rate. If you annually make 80%, so that's, let's say, 6% a month. So 6% a month compounds to 0.2% per day. Ish. Without the accumulation. Look, if you put 5,000 down in 5 years' time with an interest rate of only 80% per year. So 80 divided by 12 divided by average 30.5 days. Where's the is sign? Enter. $80 divided by 12. Yeah. Bro, okay. I'm not gonna do this. This is gonna take me a week to get done. So with 80% a year divided by 12, that's 6.5 interest-ish a month. That's 0.21% per day. You would already make in 5 years 270. If you put now 10k, I would put 100 each month extra. And you have 90%. So we're talking about 0.22% per day. You're above $1 million. Imagine contributing 200 per month. 1.1 million. So I don't know what everyone is up with. I want to get rich quick. I need to have this money fast. Work on slow, steady progress. Consistency. If you can do 1% per day, you outperform everyone. Let's see if I can find another calculator that shows it better. Compound interest. This looks good. Monthly, quarterly, yearly, daily, interest rate of 0.2% per day. 5 years. So in 5 years' time, with 0.2% per day, your initial balance goes from 5,000 to 191,000. If you put 10,000 and do 0.3% per day, and it's easier said than done because of losses, etc., 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 you're at 2.3 million. So everyone says, I want to get rich quick. It's not there. It's in compounding. You look like you'll be getting rich quick from turning 1K to 40K. Yeah, but you have not seen me lose a couple of 100Ks in the meantime as well to get to this point. And yes, it does look, but I can lose the 1K and I can lose the 40K. So it's a different way of trading. And to be honest, guys, with 40K, you're not rich. No matter what country you're in, it might change your life and it might be very good money. But to have full financial freedom and full richness, you're gonna need more to sustain a family, to sustain next generations, etc. If you would let's say you start with 5,000, you put in 100 per month, you get 1.4 million. Even at 1.2% gain per day, 0.2% per day, you're at 250K in 5 years. Depends on your definition of being rich. Well, the people that are here and want to get rich, listen, if you guys would go to, by the way, press the like button. We're only at 107 likes. I'm not doing math and trading at the same time for 107 likes. Come on, guys. We can do better than that. We're better than that. So the thing, it does depend on the definition of rich. But next to that, if you're at 40K, no one's going to stop trading then at 40K. If you make 40K from 1K, okay, in chat, who would stop trading if they 40x their money? And why? That's what I'm most interested in. Why would you stop then? Do you know much about staking? Well, it wasn't my question, but yeah. Staking works in big liquidity pools. Or lending. I prefer to do lending. Would use that money to have some fun. Yeah, that's what most people would do. Thing is, making money once is not gonna get you there. Because if it's a one-time trick like winning the lottery, and you don't have any other tools to acquire new money, it's still going to be pretty rough. Not if you win 20, 40, 50 million and you don't go full Wolf of Wall Street, you might be alright, but okay. If you can make 1K to 40K, you're getting started, exactly. And what people forget is, it changes mentally with you as well. I said on a 50+% drawdown in this trade. So that was $500. If my other port would have been down 50% at the same time, being 20 to 25K drawdown, my mindset and my relaxedness, I can promise you, would have changed. Being able to lose it or not, that's separately, but losing 25K and going its way to 40, it's not fun. Definitely not. So it's, with more money comes more responsibility, and also comes a change in mindset. And that's what a lot of people tend to forget as well. I would not stop, only change my risk lower. Yeah, that's what you're saying now. Not stop, no way, found the holy grail. Yeah, but okay, type in chat, what's the biggest capital you guys have traded with? And how did it make you feel when it went to red? Let's have this conversation about risk, psychological aspects, and what is actually important about trading. Greed would slap anyone in the face on maybe 40x on port constantly. No way anyone stops. Yeah, I 100% agree. Someone said to me, be like water, my friend. So I decided to stay liquidated permanently. Like water. I thought you meant water. I'm watching Breaking Bad. 2K and shit stayed out for 5 years. That's what I mean. If you lose 2K and you already stay out for 5 years, imagine trading with 40K and seeing a 5 or 6 or 7 or 8K drawdown. 2K since the beginning, never had a liquidation since. Then you are one of the most disciplined individuals I've met in a long time. Congratulations. And it's not meant in a bad way. It's 100% congratulations. You're doing very well if you can actually stick to that principle. Very well. Oh, Bitcoin. I can use a little pump here. I'm sitting here watching paint dry yet again. Just in a different position. On 50x, so if we could just hurry up a bit here. Thank you. And futures 2K was lower leverage. Yeah, and especially with lower leverage, I don't... How do I say this politely? If you're trading 5x and you manage to liquidate yourself, it's not the brightest of moves. And let me explain why I make this statement. The market is not about being right the longest, it's about being right and knowing when you're wrong. But if you manage to get liquidated on very low leverage on leverage 5, you've been wrong for quite a bit of time. Except it's a 10-10 dump, then we're talking something different. But on 5 to 10x leverage, if you get liquidated on that, you're doing something stupid, or you've been married to your bias. And being married to your bias is possible with the right market conditions. And currently, we're not in a market where I would marry my bias. Why? Simply said, because it's too choppy. We're smack dead in a 5K range. If you're married to a swing bias here, you're gone. Looks like it's drying. $2K is nice price for education. Yeah, it's not that bad. As long as you learn from it. And that's what most traders keep on making the same mistake. And I'm partially lucky because I'm right 85% of the time. And I still have to watch out that I don't let my losses hit harder than my winnings. And that is the essence. And I keep on coming back to it. The essence of trading is psychologically and mentally being in the right headspace and making sure you can hold a winner longer than a loss. 100% agree with you. Thank you. If you're wrong, cut it early. Yes. But you need to have a reason why people don't struggle with holding a drawdown because they can easily accept the fact that they should be right, can be right, or argue the fact why they have to be right. But people have a lot more issues, and me as well, because I can handle criticism. Absolutely not. I'm bad with critics. I'm bad with criticism. I'm bad with feedback. I'm getting better at it, but everyone has an ego, and mine has some issues with it. And if you're in a drawdown, you have to accept that you're actively wrong. That you pressed the wrong button, that you made a mistake. For me now, I accepted the fact that this 1K could liquidate, and that would be my fuck up or my mistake, you know? And then I accept it. But in trading, enemy is 100%, ego is the enemy. Being married to your bias is 100% the biggest enemy. And that is directly connected to one's ego. I'm 100% sure of it. Was down 800 and felt sick lucky the trade bounced back up and made $60, but I learned not to over risk. Okay, and after you made the $60, where did the trade go? Could you have made $2,000 on it? Short or long? Yes. And I auto block you too. Rules for trading. Okay, you guys want to have an average understanding of a rule book or something? Okay, let's get to 40 more likes, and I'll give a general overview of what trading rules I would start with as a beginner, or which are still very helpful for me. Recommend Tom Hogarth to anyone. Man, how can I give more likes? I don't know, man. It's not. You can press the hard button here, and I think you can just like the stream. Recommend Tom Hogarth to anyone who is interested in trading psychology. You will understand that holding a winning position is not natural to human behavior. That's why 90% of it. Man, I was in a similar case. ETH was down 900. I was down 150 at some point and down to 800 again. Went crazy. Next time I was down 200. I closed it. I accepted the loss by the next day, but it fucked it. Yeah, 100%. It will. Most of the time, then it will go up. I can give only one. Yeah, just one like. Oh, 110 likes. Come on, guys. At least try to push for it. I will help you guys. I will give you some pointers that will absolutely help. Who is he talking to then? We all give already. Okay. Okay, then I'll assume that everyone has already liked it. General trading rules. Let's do a couple. One is every trade should minimum have 1 to 3 risk reward. That means that the amount you're risking is 30% of the amount you would be winning. Same as this trade here. The upside, now you can see risk reward ratio is 3. Exactly. So my potential upside is 3 times as big as my downside. A little side note to it as well. You can fairly easily cheat this and just drag out the top side to Valhalla. But you cannot lie to yourself. You have to be honest to yourself as well. If you think that the upside is very unrealistic, you're off. Don't take the trade. So, again, 3 to 1 risk reward. 3 times the reward for a certain risk. That means that my upside here should be, in this case, 5.6%. That means I can lose below 2. I think 1.8-ish. Yeah, 2 almost. Risk 1 to 3. That means if you're only right 30% of the time, you're still making money. You are allowed to retake the trade if you still think you're right after hitting an SL. Maximum trades you do each day for a correct system is 3. But here comes the kicker. If you lose the first one and you lose the second one, you're done for today. That's it. Done. So, risk 1, reward 3. Maximum trades a day 3. And if the first 2 are losers, you're done. You're out. Last but not least of these tips, have a fixed time where you're trading. Trading isn't random. Either if you look for high volume and you see reversals and exceptional patterns or setups, those aside, but in general, you should have trading hours. You have working hours, you should have trading hours as well. That's why I'm live every day at the same time. It's not because it's per se convenient for me, it's the time where I trade the best. New York is open, there's more volatility, more liquidity. I'm not gonna sit here in the weekend watching paint dry for 40 hours and open a position. If I end up in a position there, it's different. But I'm not deliberately choosing it. So these are some simple tips to get your trading elevated to the next level. The reward and calculate fairly. If you're cheating yourself. I don't mind. If you're not profitable because of it, you're cheating yourself. I don't mind. But if you want to become profitable, TA is less important. TA will You still need to be right 30% of the time, and you can cut it early. Don't get me wrong. If you're really, but risk management is the number one lesson. Have your risk in check. Make sure if you win 3 times as much as that you would lose, and always scale it to maximum 5% of your portfolio. Maximum, that's already a lot. I would start with 3. Because if you win, you already make 9% on port. So one win brings you to 110. And one loss brings you to 97. And if you lose from the 97, you recalculate the 3%. So it's not, I go from 1,000 to 970, I still lose 30 next trade. That's not how it's working. Then you lose 29 or 29.1 because of the initial loss. So we have to be fair. So risk, only 3 trades a day and having a fixed session. Those are the 3 things to actively improve your trading and become more profitable. After that comes TA. Everyone can draw a trend line. Everyone's seeing the same. The thing is, everyone has the same materials and has the same toolkit available to them. There's no one in the world who cannot access TradingView for trading. There's no one that cannot access CoinGlass. You can buy all sorts of programs like Trading Light, Excel charts, etc., and it might give you a small edge somewhere. Aggregated trade gives me an edge because I specialized in it and I know how to work with it. But it's because I was already profitable before that happened. So forget about all the complicated shit. Forget about the trend lines, it's of later worries. The inverted, upside down, godly Batman with a rising shark pattern. And I know people are amazing at harmonics, and Saints is one of them, and Minga is also amazing at harmonics. But if I look at their chart, I have no clue what it is about. That they're highly profitable for them, it's their system and their edge. But also if you look at them, the risk to reward and how hard... Blasto is a great example. Blasto does by far not have the best win rate. Blasto's win rate is, I think, minus 85 to 90. I think Blasto's is 40 to 45. But he's very profitable. And it comes because when he hits it, it's a home run. And if it's a strike, it's 1 out of 3 that he can take. Man, I am too tight with SL soon in the red. I hate that's it. Okay. GG harmonics traders. I feel sad now. Why are you feeling sad? Harmonic traders are great, man. It's amazing. But these guys have other tools already down. People start deep diving harmonics, SMC, ICT, cotton candy, whatever. Well, the basis is not there. Listen, you don't take driving lessons in a Formula 1 car, right? We're all starting off slow, we're all starting off, except you're Max Verstappen. But if you're on track the first time or whatever, you do it with a driving license and some driving experience. Same with trading. If you don't have experience in risk management and if you get into a car and you don't know how to brake, you're not going to be on track, right? So why are we trying the most complicated... Oh, hello, Bitcoin. Hello. Why are we trying the most complicated market and the most complex setup and the most complex strategies when we haven't done the basics yet? Haha. Haha. Told you. Sorry, I had to. No, I was legitimately scared for a bit. Of course I was scared. Have you guys seen the PA? Thought I was gonna die. Oh, this is also good for my... my main trade decided to close itself. No, not the trade. Oh, my port is back to 37k. Bit more, please. Please. So where do we decide that it's enough? Not with this volume yet, at least. Prove them wrong. Trust this man. Whoa, bro. Nice one. You double chew with that negative. Can I close 50%? And the quantity, USDT. Closed 50% here, making it 92. Feels good to be right sometimes. Bit of luck, but 88.2 TP1 for me. Sounds feasible. Oh my god, he was sitting at minus 70 to 100 drawdown for an eternity and then boom. Yeah, but that's what trading is. And now I don't immediately panic as soon as it went up. It was more than 30% poured up. And now it's, it's rejecting. Same, I can show you the other account. See, Porter's bag at 35.8k. I'm a survivor. Nothing to stress about, guys. It's a nasty rejection. And so did I. Downtown, in the knife. And again, what happens as soon as it leaves a volume node? If we flip this 5 minutes, we're gonna be in for a treat. Can't be alone. Oh, view count going up. 153 of you here. 164. Guys, 105 likes. 40 more people joined since we were giving the alpha about trading. There must be people that have not liked me yet. Well, perfect snipe exit. Thank you very much. So I at least made 90 profit. That $90 is going to someone. How much leverage do you use for this challenge? And today I was using 50 leverage. Yes, it's heavily over leveraged, but it makes it more fun to stream with now. I'm still considering to move my camera angle a bit closer and more towards me, but it's something I still have to figure out. Ooh, if it flips this green, we're gonna go banana mode. How often do you recommend to change your 1R? Mean risk 1% of board for a week, month, and recalculate. I never recommend 1%. Listen, I'm the 600 subscriber. Oh, we have 600 subs. That's amazing. Thank you all for your continued support. I'm at 1K, close 50%. Don't make me come over to you and be mad at you. Take profit off the table at this move. I'm telling you now. If you remember, I took it long at 86.6 and Azar 85. Yes, I remembered. Because you have a very distinctive red play button, so I recognize you fairly easily. How often do you recommend? Yeah, that was explaining. I would never recommend taking 1% risk. Why? Because you will be bared to the bone. They're like two distinct factors that you can play with. It's the risk percentage, and it's the size of the risk that is actually taken. And what I mean by that is in the trade. Look, I can have a 1 to 3 RR setup. Let me get a couple out of here. And that's where I want to head to. Hello, Fibonacci has entered the party. This is 1 to 3 R. This. This is also 1 to 3 R. Still following me, right? Yeah? Good. This is also 1 to 3. And there's no wrong or right. It depends on your appetite for risk. It also depends on the market conditions and the market structure. In the current market, this one, for me, I don't know if it's feasible. I would probably go for something in between. That would be my ideal one. And that would look a bit like this. Why is that? Because you need to have a certain runway and you need to have a certain move a coin can make because you're not going to be right off the get-go. But also you don't need to over-exaggerate it because your take profit is never going to hit. And in the end, still your goal is to make the 3R, right? We're still following? You want your take profit to hit, or at least have a fair fighting chance for it to hit. That means that the 1R needs to be adjusted to it as well. So your risk should always remain 1R. If it's 1%, 2%, 3%, 10%, that's up to you guys. I would recommend 2 to 3%. Maximum 5. But the size of which the stop loss and the take profit are, that's up to you. And every time I go on a rant, Bitcoin decides to absolutely... It's such a nice pump. Thanks for that. Did it have any added value as of now? No, absolutely zero. Because of the movement of Bitcoin. So my main trade went from a break even to minus 4K. Decent, right? What was I saying? Yeah. So it's risk is a percentage number. RR is also a fixed number or numeric metrics. How you position it and the sizes to the upside and the downside, that's up to you guys yourself. Hello guys today. Hello guy. Calamity. Welcome. Maybe we see a retest of that volume node and go. It's fucking better. They already tested the top side of the volume node. Look, even during that pump, look at where the current CVI or CSV is at. CVD. Jesus, learn how to speak. Oh, great looking 4 hour. Marvelous. Absolutely hideous. Another big top wick. Constantly dropping. A slight reverse, but again, futures driven. And I don't like that we're only futures driven. Highly futures driven. I got 25 XP more. What do you mean with that? I'm going to play a game. What game are you playing, buddy? Please guide me. I want to trade with you. Where? Guide you to where, buddy? 110 likes. Come on, guys. I shared so much valuable information. Yes. Okay. Looks good. All right. Back to 10% up. I need to use the restroom yet again. Okay. Bitcoin, don't die in the meantime. Hello. Hello. Did you guys miss me? Tempted to close my long a little profits. BTC looking weak. Yes and no. I'm not closing yet, to be honest. Look at where we are in this channel, and we're at the top of the channel, and we're seeing. I like the fact that this candle flipped green or white. If this one is heavily red, I might change my opinion, but for now, I think we're chilling. Yeah, I've been chilling anyways, but guys, just short trust. That's dangerous. 112 likes, but more viewers than yesterday. Guys, are we falling asleep? I'm giving away free money. I'll give the profits away, and we're already looking at 150 to 200 bucks. So, I don't know. Chantal, what's the name of the trading view indicator that you're using for the volume? I have to pin this message, I think. It's Multi-Distribution Volume Profile by Zeyerman. So, that's the indicator. 165 viewers. Oh, guys, we're creeping up back to the 200. So as Bitcoin rises, my viewer count rises as well. That's very nice. My take on ETH. Shitcoin. Oh, the problem with ETH is ETH has two areas of interest, in my opinion. It's this area. Maybe three. This area. But this is smack dab between order blocks. And then in theory, it's this area. Where it is currently, if ETH loses its wait, your monitor is about to turn off. No, I don't want to adjust brightness. No, I don't want. Oh, where's the? Wait, I lost the remote of my. There it is. Wait. I've been streaming for so long that my monitors are auto going off. So if you get 200 likes, Chantal will give away a house in GTA 6. 100%. So each should go here because this is a high volume node. It should skip this part. If not, the problem with ETH is it's immediately a big drawdown. Because you're looking at this region, that's 5% plus. Do you think 3,500 will be taken on ETH? At what time frame? 3,500 will be taken on ETH one day. I don't think it's going to be Q1, personally. But you're so good at holding 50% down, and you hold me close 20% down, but we all know it moves so much, most of the time back to entry. Yes, but the thing is, yet again, guys, honestly, I hold this because I'm willing to liquidate this. I don't care about this 1K here. Yeah? You make yourself feel depressed too okay at 20 years old. You are doing okay. Please explain what you just wrote. Please check my previous chat. I also made 20,000 in the span of 4 years. Congratulations, man. You did a great job if you made 20K on that in total. But don't over-risk it and don't give it back. I feel a bit impressed. I see many people ahead of me have a bit around 20,000 at my age of 19, but I believe many people are way ahead of me. I feel depressed. Oh, that is what it was referring to. Buddy, I don't think you should feel depressed. Couple of reasons. One, everyone is different and you is you, and having being 19 and having 20K trading profit and doing it at this certain level, I think you're more than good. Congratulations, and you're doing an amazing job, and a big shout out to you. Secondly, 80% what you see is fake. I know people in Dubai and I know the rental car companies. I've seen the one yellow Ferrari F8 Tributo, I think, at 10 influencers. And it's absolutely the same Ferrari every time. So, one, happiness is not defined by having a Ferrari or a Patek around your arm or whatever. It's also who are you sharing it with? Who are you doing it with? How is your health? How is your family and everything? Like, every family has ups, downs, struggles, etc. I remember a couple years ago, and this is, um, yeah, we've experienced some stuff, especially how related within our family, and that puts things so much in perspective. What is important and what is not. I think I told the Discord back then it was my mom had cancer, and that is 2 years ago, no, 2.5. And then you notice that it's not just monetary value. Um, it, yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Don't blindly stare at what others have, what others do, how others make you feel. And social media is absolutely toxic. I have the same thing in. It's different, but I see people go viral and have millions of likes, and I'm just sitting here doing my absolute best, and I'm like, listen, but I'm a better trader. I might even be a better content creator. Why is it not happening to me, you know? So everyone has its insecurities, everyone has its issues, no one is perfect, but don't believe everything you're seeing online, man. No. Everyone's healthy now, everything's fine, my mom is fine, so, but it just, yeah. Don't compare yourself to others. Stick to yourself. You're good how you are and as you are. Um, and it's, yeah. Everyone is different, you know? Everyone has his own skill set. Everyone has his own everything. You guys shouldn't be blinded by it, honestly. Don't be blinded by what other people have. Don't be blinded by me making 40K port. You guys will get there if you need to get there. You guys can do the same. It's risk management, it's a bit of luck, and yes, people will be luckier. If you can't do it on luck, do it on work ethics and working hard. Done is good, but not a time to invest. Yeah. And also, what you shouldn't forget is, especially with trading, I sit here behind my desk for 6 to 8 hours a day, of which I'm live streaming 3, 4 now, momentarily. I'm online in the Discord. The first thing I do in the morning is check my trading and check my position. First thing. And I get up at 9 and I go to bed, I think last night at 2 or 3. So in 6 hours of sleep, I go to bed with the charts, I get up with the charts. You can't compare it. If a guy is having... look at the Jake Paul fight. Jake Paul went into the ring with a bigger, stronger, and better guy who is called Anthony Joshua and who is an absolute beast. One of the best boxers in history. Jake Paul is working hard, but one Anthony Joshua has 10, 15 years more experience. When Jake was making YouTube, Joshua is already IWF champion. You can't compare it. This is my full-time job. I do this for a living. I sit here for a living. I trade for a living. It's my complete income. You know? So my complete income is based on my trading. And some other business ventures, etc. But primarily based on trading. I'm good at it because I spend a lot of hours. I've been in this market for 6, 7... Joshua would batter you. Not in trading, but in the ring, Joshua would absolutely annihilate me. In trading, I think I can take him. But the thing is, if you have someone who is a professional at something and put in the tens and thousands of hours of work, if you calculate, I'm behind the charts 250 day a year's minimum on the absolute least. Joshua is, I think, 125 to 130 kg cruising. Lol, maybe, but he got millions. Yeah, but that's not the point. It's not the point that they make millions. It's not the point how much they make. It's not if Jake Paul is doing well or not. It's the differentiating factor between having actual skin in the game and being good. It's a mix between talent and hard work. Joshua is a guy who has been boxing for 20, 30 hours a week for 20 years. It's all he does. And it's the same with me and my training. It's all I do. You see me every day, yeah, or in a different sweater or different pants or whatever, but it's the same room, the same setup, the same shit. Same shit, different day. I'm here Monday to Friday with the exception of Christmas. If you don't see me in the Discord, it doesn't mean I'm not trading or that I'm not looking at the charts. I'm there, trust me. If there's a big move, I'm there. You've seen even in my period of more absence, I was there. So if you want to be good at this and you want a 40x report by yourself without having to copy or having to follow or whatever, get skin in the game. Get there. Invest the hours, invest the work, do the labor, reap the fruits. What chart is on the right? It's aggregated trade. It's a 5-second chart. Is crypto day trading still a thing? I want to do trading, not sure if Forex or crypto. I would go for crypto because it's easier accessible and also more trading pairs, etc. It is a more volatile market, but if you actually manage it, I think it's more beneficial to do crypto. I would highly suggest picking one coin to trade with. And for me, I almost solemnly trade Bitcoin. You've seen me 30, 35x a portfolio in a week by just trading Bitcoin. So I don't see why. But 2 or 3 of us would take Joshua out. If you can't win fairly, you have to bend the rules. I don't know about that, buddy. I had my fair share of martial arts experience, but I don't know. I can't even reach him. I'm short, 5'8". Yeah, the guy is an absolute monster. So he's 198 with a 208 reach. That's crazy. I'm 191. Listen, is 2011. 2013 confirmed a professional, and 2013, that's 12 years ago, man. The guy on average, I think he weighs like... It's a beast. I'm a bit skeptical with the phrase. I think 3 or 4 of us could take him. I'll watch from the sideline if we try. Okay. I'll come in a bit later. Have you had any professional fights? Last one was last December in boxing as well, in Dubai. 5 just to be safe. Yeah, and you might want to bring a gun. So we're ranging a bit, guys. Back into the 87.8k range. I'll get the legs. You decide the hands. His reach would mean he would still get you before you get to him. Yeah, he can knock you out from a distance. I have a black belt, jiu-jitsu, blue belt, judo. We can take him. Okay. So, are we actively putting a group together to take out Anthony Joshua, or what? Or what's happening here? Is this the part where we're actively plotting a heist on Joshua? How much is your port, Shanto? Which one? The one I'm sitting at now is at 1173. The L-Bank main trading one is at 35,700. and my main trading port is undisclosed. Count me in as well. 4 versus 1. This new one. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's shaping up. I've entered a long trade there. 88.7. Am I good? I don't know your entry. I don't know your exit. I don't know your leverage. I don't know your risk. I don't know your margin. I would say maybe. That's a fair answer. I'll summon Usyk so he can fake him again. Yeah. Alexander Usyk is also a different breed. He doesn't even look that dangerous. With the split between his teeth and everything, he looks like a pretty nice guy, right? Current position is 50x long. What is your setup, brother? You mean my stream setup? Or you mean my trading setup? I mean, like the current trade or what I'm looking at? I was trading in your main trading port. Yes, but big swings. I have 6-7 Bitcoin short from 124. That's still running. I de-risked it. It used to be 23k or 23 Bitcoin short, but I didn't expect to go this low. Yeah. Spot, I'm waiting. I'm looking as they would say in Dutch, I'm looking the cat out of the tree. Wish I seen the first live and I copied that 1k trade. To be honest, it went down 800. I would have been scared. Yeah, me too. I was definitely scared of that. How many screens do you have on? Oh, now the Romeo Senior setup looks sick. I have 3 curved white monitors. Samsungs, I think they're 32-inch. Then I have the Edifier speakers left and right. I got the Mac Studio, the heaviest one, the 96 gigabyte. And I have a Samsung Smart TV above, which I can either watch things or put music or TV or whatever. My current setup is, so on the left side of my left monitor, I have my Discord and my YouTube. That's where my camera is, right on top. Then I have Alligator Trade next to it. Then I have my OBS right in front of me, so I can see if it's doing any shenanigans. Any shenanigans. I moved the profit screen a bit. Then I have the exchange. I have the opening banner, my WhatsApp and Telegram, and I have another, that with a lot of stuff open. Okay. What currency are you trading? I'm trading Bitcoin backed or correlated with USDT. What's your entry model? Volume and conviction, man. Honestly, I entered this trade because it was holding the range. And I want to see a shift out of the range. So I just look for bounces or rejections of order blocks. That is mostly my entry model for now. How many screens? 4. Hit the likes and thumbs up. Yes. 1,255 views, guys. That's nice. 125 likes and still 133 people here. Okay, let's make a deal. Let's run 30 more minutes and see if we can actively make some more on this board. What I'm going to do, I'm going to DCA back in the margin. So on the belief that we're actually going up more, I made it 1117 margin. Because I'm a firm believer in the fact that we're going to hold. And hopefully that will bring it up. How often do you do live trading? Except for the Christmas and the New Year's holidays, I'm aiming at 5 days a week. So Monday till Friday. There might be sometimes where it's not possible or I can't be online or whatever. But that is now my my current wish and my current planning. Yo, Caesar. Hello, hello. So who is new here? Please type in chat if today is the first stream that you're joining me. And I'm also curious to see how you find me, or where. Let's put it this way: where the fuck did you come from? Okay, talking Bitcoin. Impulse move up, retrace to the low point, impulse move lower high, holding the lows of the retrace of the impulse move. First stream. Welcome. So this is a bit of a make it or break it level. Since we completely retraced all the goodies that we did. Because yeah, one thing for sure, we can't have nice things with the current Bitcoin market, which means that the 4-hour candle is pre-Christmas looking horrendous. Follow loads of crypto YouTubers and I just saw your stream live. Oh, that's nice. Welcome, guy. I hope you like it. Okay, man, I'll be back. I'm new from Germany, but gotta go. Auf Wiedersehen, mein Freund. Well, honestly, it was years ago. You were on a trading server, which was before Scalebacks, and from that server to Scalebacks. Oh yeah, that was SSR probably. Must have been the SSR Discord, or Mischievous. Yeah, it's the origin story of Scalebacks. Yeah. Nice. Okay, it looks like the whole level is a bit of a bust. One impulse move in US. We had one good candle. One. Singular. And we have to be happy with it, I think. It's almost 1% candle. I think that they grouped all the upside for one day into that candle. Back then I was not really into trading like the others, like the surface of it, okay? And what position are you now and how are you feeling in regards to the market? Okay, guys, let's run a poll. Are we bullish or bearish? Curious about this, honestly. My trading strategy: open a position 100x and pray, Lord, to make me rich today, please. Since you're here, I do the bold assumption that your strategy has not yet worked as of now. This is too much winning. Please, we are tired of winning. What's your net worth? Enough. Enough. It's hard to calculate as well with the company, etc., but it's well above 7 figures. Very well. Started trading indexes now. I'm just hoping to stack as much BTC long term as I can. That's a very good goal, but don't over risk or overexpose yourself to a single currency class or single currency asset. And Bitcoin still is, still a risk on asset. How many millions? I'm not gonna disclose on stream my complete net worth. One, for privacy. Secondly, for safety reasons. A bold question though. Let's put it this way. I'm in a this position has a total size of 8.1 Bitcoin. So that is 900k, and I'm not really worried about holding it. When are we expecting BDC 75k? I don't think it's a this year thing. It's more like something for next year. But that's my gut feeling. I think they're gonna trap it here some more. Might see a last exit pump or liquidity sweep to the upside, mid 90 range. You are well off, let's say. Yeah, I am. What age when you became millionaire? Like, there's a difference between being a millionaire and being a millionaire. Having a million or more liquid or liquidity is different than on paper network with company assets, etc. I think with company assets, etc., theoretically, 23, practically, and not commenting yet again. I lost it all. God doesn't like me. I think it's good to have faith, and everyone is entitled to have his faith, but betting your complete trading on God is. You're from the Netherlands, right? I was thinking about going there half a year for uni with Erasmus. You think it's a good idea? How is it there? The Netherlands is overall a pretty stable and pretty nice country. Um, it's nothing crazy. It's very very decent. Um, so yeah, I can advise for it. It has a high level of education. I think it has the proper universities. Erasmus is good. Depending on what city you want to go, I am indeed from the Netherlands. Did you get rich by trading or had a good well before that? Matthew, you know me, right? I made most of my money trading. I was never not well off, but Malik, what advice I would give you, or you wanna red light district time? I've I've never actively visited the red light district. It's more a tourist trap than something Dutch people actually do. Do you trade stocks? No, I don't. I can trade stocks. I can chart about anything, and I could trade almost about anything. But I make most of my money, or I may solemnly make my money on Bitcoin. Bro, it doesn't matter. God doesn't like you. You're the only one that's supposed to like you. Yeah. And you're also the only one to press buttons. Honestly, saying God doesn't like you or trusting God in your trade, it's a bit sus. I'm 23. What advice give me to become a millionaire in the future? Thing is, to become rich, you need a couple of things. One, I think it should never be about the monetary value. So you need to find something that you're either really, really good at, has high entertainment value, or that you can capitalize on. Because you have to be unique and be different than other people. Working 9 to 5 is never going to make you rich, rich. So you need to have an edge, a niche, or something different than other people, or high entertainment value, and something you like doing or love doing. If you're not liking it, you can't put in 15, 16, 20 hours a day and sacrifice everything for it. You're not going to make it. There's no get rich quick. There is none. And if there is one, you read about it, that a couple people did it and it was lucky and everyone tries to copy it, like for example with Dogecoin or whatever meme coin. But yeah, it's not how it works, man. It's not how life works. It's hard, back-breaking work, having a certain talent and putting in the hours, the effort, and everything else that is needed in order to achieve X or Y. At least that's how I did it. What's your TP on this trade? Haven't. No, I. Sorry. First time it will meet good resistance, in my opinion, is around 89.7. And 89.7 for me would be more than feasible to TP. And it depends on the behavior if we reach 88.4. I want to become million in smart contract auditor. Is this good? I don't know. I know smart contracts. I don't know how auditors make their money or how much they can make money. If it's a niche, if there's market for it and you can diversify in it, I think so. One thing I never liked is a business that is depending on hours. So, for example, a law firm, an accountancy, or stuff like that, because you're limited by an hourly rate, and that also limits your income. So, business-wise and as an entrepreneur, I like non-linear scalable things, as of software, subscription models, whatever in that region, something that can scale infinitely without theoretically adding personnel. Train a lot and you become better. Yeah, 100%. Do you see a connection between boxing and trading? 100%. One, you get punched in the face in both of them. Two, it's boxing is fun if things are going right and you're making progress. But on the other side, and you know it better than me, Jesse, you've been doing it longer. Boxing isn't that much fun always. You get hit, you sweat, you bleed, you almost want to cry and give up. But in the end, you keep on coming back and you keep on doing it. Why? Because you want to be better. And trading is the same. You take wins, you take losses, you get hit. But in the end, you want to be better and you keep on coming back. Point one, unless you finish a fight within 10 seconds. Yeah. You've seen it in real life, right? But that was also, mentally ill. Yeah. Guys, we're still at 150 plus people here. 132 likes. Come on. Bitcoin, push the price. Come on. I need some money to give away here. It's stream was fun, man. Not gonna lie. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's a lot of new viewers today, which is very nice. Bitcoin is not doing that much. You don't know smart contract? I know smart contracts, but I don't know how to make millions in it. Because if I knew, I would probably be doing it. Would you rather be a billionaire boxer like... I don't know. I think billionaire trader would be better because it's less physical strain and less brain damage. Or a different kind of brain damage because looking at Bitcoin all day gives me definite brain damage. Ooh, hello. Hola, Bitcoin, hola. Gives me definite brain damage. Hello, sexy. Ooh. Hola, hola. Sorry, I'm getting excited. Less brain damage, yeah. Where did the volume go? Immediately, it's gone. That's weird. Seems like you cracked the algorithm somehow. People open crypto YouTube and see a live crypto face. That would be insane if that is actually happening. I don't know if there's a crack to the algorithm. For me, now smart contracts is part of blockchain. I know what smart contract is. But I don't know how to utilize it in order to make millions. And if you know, please don't tell in chat because other people will do it, abuse it to your advantage and get filthy rich. Yeah, 42% is a nice close. Let's run up the rest. Drop the stablecoin of Scalebix. No. A coin is so hard to control and so hard to manage and maintain for various reasons that I will not release a Scalebix coin. For me, it's a very easy way to make a lot of money. But in the end, like, listen, we get paid by you guys using our links. And I think that's perfectly fine because we're dropping free off and doing everything and our absolute best day in, day out for free. To you guys. But I don't want to make it subscribe because if I can't make my money trading, I'm going to quit. I do not want to drop a coin in order to make more money or whatever, or control a certain liquidity, or it's not for me. I'm a trader. I like to look at these stupid graphs. That's what I'm good at. It's what I like to do. It's what I'm trained for. Does that make sense? If you want to make any token stablecoin, you want to write smart contract on Ethereum. Yeah, I know. But I don't have the ambition of making a coin. I don't see the added value for me. It can only get more people wrecked. There will always be an unhappy party within a stablecoin, within any coin. Because there's buyers and sellers, and that's how the market works. The market works very simple. It's a zero-sum game, and the market maker is not going to pay for it. So it's either you or me is paying. And if I have an ecosystem like Scalbex where either trader X is losing in order for trader I to make money, what kind of ecosystem am I running? Makes no sense, right? It feels like I'm the Robin Hood of my own people. But then instead of being Robin Hood and giving it back to them, I'm stealing it from them to fill someone else's pocket. I prefer to beat the market with the Discord. Give them good trades that they can follow and make money on that, and then have monetary added value because of it. And then the fees that you normally pay to the exchange, a part of it goes to me. It's a way fair deal, right? And yes, if you lose money, I still make money. But I can promise you, hands down, we do our absolute best. And it's, by the way, none of this is financial advice or whatever. So, keep in mind that. How am I doing here? Oh, minus 1k. Nice. Nice. JZ Fundamental went to shit after pump fund. Yeah, fundamentals went absolute to shit. Meme coins, we don't have out season. Yeah, meme coins is single-handedly slaughtering out season. The money that was there went to a couple of people. And look at the big wallets and the tracking of these big wallets. It's not like a lot of people made a lot of money. No. Some people made filthy money. I love to be right. Where's my entry? It might be somewhere there. If you can break this, who's your favorite crypto streamer? It's myself. I won the last 3 or 4 consecutive trading competitions I've participated in. I eliminate a lot of noise from other people on Twitter, etc. I deliberately do not look at it because I think most of them are full of shit. And good streamers have different setups than the current crypto Twitter environment. And what I mean by it is I'm sitting here having skin in the game, having open trades. I showed you guys in the beginning of the stream I was down 6-7k. Even at some point I was down, I think, 8-ish k. And now it's crawling back up. Same with this position. I almost liquidated it. But I have skin in the game. How many people you see actively trading on YouTube with skin in the game? And then I mean more than 2 Bitcoin positions. Except Sato, who's just hedging himself and getting paid liquidation fees. How do you get your both for him to sit on your chart like that? Mine gets in my way. I don't know. I didn't do anything to it. So I guess it's how I zoom my candles and reposition my charts. What's the long-term view on Bitcoin? I think we should dip towards the 70k region. I see 64 region as a bottom because it's the origin of the Trump pump. Can I call it like that? Yeah, it's the Trump pump. Since Trump was elected, that's where it came from. I think that's going to mark the bottom. It might overshoot towards 40k, 50k, whatever we feel fit. And I think that's going to be the last real bottom that Bitcoin's ever going to see. And then we could move to 140, 150k, retrace to 80, 90, and then from 80, 90, we move to 250. I can see Bitcoin hitting 1 million by 2030 to 2035. Nice cola. I'm drinking some too. Yeah. I think I have a sugar addiction at this point. I drink too much. And if my parents are still here, yes, I know I should drink less. Is it just normal fixed range volume profile you're using? I don't know, man. It's the multi-distribution volume profile by Xiamen. I should get sponsored by them at this point. It's pretty important candle. I prefer zero though. A zero is undrinkable, man. What are your most used indicators? Volume only. It's just volume. What exchange are you using for futures trading? Currently I'm using Albank quite a lot. I can drop my link if needed. And I trade on Maxi and Bybit. Now I was trading on Maxi with the 1K because of the leverage potential. And next to the leverage potential, Also, the low fee structure. Negator, you need to use default settings or customs. I'm as of now still on default, so I only made the colors look pretty. Perfect, thank you. You're welcome. No, 0 is perfect. Doesn't attract ants. Okay, drink like water and you don't feel inflated after drinking a lot. Bro. Doesn't attract ants. I live in a house, not in the jungle. You don't trade on BuyTunics. I had a couple of things with BuyTunics. So Scalp X still has a perfect relationship with them. They're more than safe. No issues, no worries. But my personal preference does not go towards BuyTunics. That's different for everyone. Bro, I live in the jungle. Yeah, it feels like it. How do you have Wi-Fi? Is there a hippo running on a treadmill? It's a pretty important 5-minute candle, guys. Pretty insanely important. Might teleport us directly to the 88.6k range. Oh, if that happens, it would be nice. I need more money. Your opinion on Bybit? Bybit is amazing, and I think Bybit is by far the number one exchange in the current exchange landscape. If you're still able to trade on it, which with the MiCA regulations and everything is becoming rather tricky. So I'm always looking for, secondary exchanges like BuyTunics for Scalbex or Lbank or whatever exchange. We take a lot of pride and care into our exchange selection process because we are one of the few that are actively protecting. It's not clients' capital; it's still your own trading funds and everything. But we only want to be associated and affiliated with more than trustworthy crypto exchanges. I think most of the people from Scalbex can vouch for the fact that how is this thing wrong again? How? You can't make this shit up. Okay, I'm gonna do it like this because I'm how? That one is still correct. This one is yet again gone. Guys, if there's anyone in chat that is a wizard with OBS, please reach out to me. I clearly need help here. Gonna be an amazing short. Incapable crypto streamer trying to fix OBS on stream 17 times. And I just do the bold assumption that Bitcoin is gonna dump in the meantime, because that is a bit of its trend and its thing. As soon as I start adjusting anything in OBS. Does anyone have any idea how this is possible? Again, we're pumping on shorts closing. Is that the case? Some shorts got wrecked. On the 12 hours, nothing got wrecked. On the 4 hours, some got wrecked. No, not that much. Okay, now we have you gotta lock your OBS lid. I have it. It's locked. So the locks are on. And that's what's so weird. Big shorts closing, but not really big buy volume. Hmm. This is a nice little 5 second, but still nothing that capitulates on it. Okay. Strange. Yeah, it's very strange. But it's entertaining that every 15 minutes I have to readjust my camera settings. Trade on altcoins? No. Bitcoin moves enough for me. Ooh, nasty rejection. Okay, guys, I'm gonna stream 10 more minutes and then I gotta go and have dinner. Um, can we spam that like button one more time? But now, okay, like spam it like we mean it, okay? It's been a great stream. A lot of views. Very nice that we have some new people here. Notification is happening. Okay, by the way, if anyone wants to follow me on Twitter, how do I even share this? Amazing. I don't even know how to share my Twitter. Yeah, I'll just share this post. Yeah. For someone who's quite tech savvy, I have a bit of a knowledge gap if it comes to these things. Apparently, what future strategy? What strategy are you using for futures trading? My own strategy. It's a mixture between ICT and SMC and a bit of cotton candy for the order blocks, the fair value gap, so to say, or how you want to call them, combined with volume and liquidity. So it's a bit of a game where is Waldo hiding, but then for volume and money. Bro, you could word it better. Who said what? What happened? Channel activity. What's your opinion on? I'm not even. I'm not gonna comment on that one. I'm trading gold a lot lately. You can just blind long every other day. Yes. Um, yes. I think gold currently is pretty easy to trade, but things don't last. Especially not things like a gold pump. The thing with gold is a risk off asset. It falls in the safety asset classes. So normally it was used, or traditionally it was used as an indicator where yeah, as soon as people start de-risking, they go to gold and stability. We promised a BTC bull in 2025 and did not go. But who promised you a bull run? I don't think anyone does. When gold goes into bear market, everything will fly. Yeah, a lot of money will rotate back into risk on assets and non-traditional markets. So do people understand the correlation of the markets actually? So to start with the currency pairs, the dollar is made up for 50%, 54% of the euro, even though they're counter to each other. And it used to be from legacy, as soon as the euro would move up, the dollar would move down, and Bitcoin would move up along with it and invert it. So dollar up, Bitcoin down, euro up, Bitcoin up. Now, because of the decorrelation, and especially 1010 is also a decorrelating event, and we had others like the Trump, the inauguration of Trump, where we pumped quite a lot and went to the new all-time high. It's decoupling factors. So we're not correlating with the traditional markets anymore. And overall sentiment, as soon as a global crisis would hit, yes, Bitcoin will go down. COVID was an exception because it was not crisis driven or lack of money. It was a completely different type of crisis. So there is more to gold, traditional assets, correlations, etc. Also in regard to crypto and Bitcoin. Um, but it's something to do a completely separate video on. That's getting in the way. Bitcoin looks like it wants to break out. The big advantage now of Bitcoin is that it also is low in volume. But it's pumping. So it's one of the first low volume pumps we've seen in a long time. And that's something I like. I'm probably going to let this trade run a bit longer. But I would take the balance that it shows as soon as I close for the giveaway. Okay, we can choose. We want to take the balance now and it's 300 profit, or we want to wait a bit longer. I run a poll. Giveaway 300. Let it run. Let's see if we are funneled by greed or by smart decisions. Pretty interesting social experiment. 27 votes and the 300 is leading. People might have learned from the last Discord stream. Back at break even. 37.2k port. Nice. GG. Ooh, money. Yeah, it's money. Let it run 2 more minutes. The poll. Run, Force, run. Ayo, Nicholas. Where do you see Nicholas? TP at 88.8. I might let it ride. Thank you for today's stream and using so much alpha info for free. Yeah, I do my best, but it's the interaction makes it most fun because I cannot sit here and yap for 3 hours. Or I can, but I need your guys' help. I wanna. If we break out of this pattern, gee, it might fly. I don't think it's gonna go easy. It's gonna go hard for a couple of $100. Did the 4 happen, by the way, from yesterday? I drew the winners, but I still have to run the math. Who it is. I asked in the Discord if anyone was willing to do it because I have to, by hand, count it out. And, yeah, I wasn't feeling it. Let it ride, cowboy. No, let it ride meme? No, I don't. So, guys, we sat here for 3 hours and 30 minutes. We had a pretty big drawdown. But we ended up now with over $350 in profit. I hope to stream some more trades. Yeah, I will count my own emojis then. Or I'll record a video of it. And then I think I'm going to ask ChatGPT to just count it out for me, I think. I think that would make most sense. Or something like that. So up 300-ish bucks. No more, 350-ish. Come on, Bitcoin, you can do better. Now is not a time. Now is a time to be brave. We reclaimed Monday low. Yeah, I did. Is Nick, is the reclaim in the room with us? So it's gonna go at least for 91. Can I send you the invoice if it doesn't? Hello, Nick. How you been, buddy? How's the marriage treating you? Always, bro. Okay, thank you. Okay, the poll decided it's gonna be the 300. How do I do this? How am I gonna do this? How can I run a giveaway here? Okay, everyone has 50 seconds to type a number between 1 and 134. Okay, so generate a yell a number between 1 and 134. You can only do one. I'll give you 2 more minutes, guys. I see some duplicates. That's gonna be a headache. And 1 per person. If I find out that you type more, you're not getting it. Bro, Malik, I've seen you 4 times typing now. Okay, Malik is disqualified. Okay. 9. Yeah. First one I saw was Altan's RXBT. How can I mention you? Copy. You won. Congratulations. If you're in the Discord, please. Oh, I stopped paying attention and. What was it, Bitcoin? I looked away for a minute, or it feels like a dog who has abandonment issues. As soon as I stop looking, it shits itself. Shanto, yes. I'm here. Send me your USDT address, man. How's the 100k challenge? It's currently sitting at 35.5k, depending on how this trade goes. So it might be at 60 or 6. No, just kidding. Oh, people are still typing numbers. Guys, we drew a winner. Outres, are you in the Discord or not? If not, join the Discord. I'll join the Discord, send me a message, and we will fix it. Same problem with voice. What's the problem with the voice, guys? Yes, I am. Good. Okay, send me a DM with proof that it is your YouTube account, because I had... This week I had all of a sudden 9 winners. The fact that people are actively trying to cheat for $100 or $150 is mad to me. Oh, this rejection reminds me of... Reminds me Friday rejection, I think. Yeah. Where the high couldn't be a green candle either, and we completely reclaimed the range back down. I hope it's not the same pattern again. But it's definitely a very, very nasty rejection. Yeah, I had 9 winners, even though only 2 people won. So it's... They tried to scam me. Roaches come out when giveaway. Yeah, apparently. So guys, I'm gonna end here. It's been a good 3 hours and almost 40 minutes. Thank you for showing up today. Insane views. Almost 1,700. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for showing up. Way more average views than yesterday. I appreciate you. I'm probably streaming tomorrow. Depends on the PA, and I will keep everyone updated in the Discord. Please leave a like, leave a comment if you enjoyed the stream. If there are any questions or whatever, feel free to approach. And I see you tomorrow. Thank you very much, guys.